lady, you can't trust her for a minute if your back's burned. I seem to remember some cheap hotel on your credit card bill that got your ass burned. You winding down so many tricks at a time, you keep up with all the little lies. And now your jealousy has got you crying to me, so just stop. Your lady.
Alright, so the following podcast contains personal reflections and experiences related to past relationships. This is my story, told from my perspective. All events and incidents discussed are alleged and represent one side of the story. I am sharing my truth as I experienced it. Documentation and supporting evidence are available upon request. Listener discretion is advised. Trigger warning is in effect. We do talk about domestic violence, sexual assault, mental illness, drug use, recovery. There's a lot going on here. This is just the beginning. Get ready.
I'm like,
some of the horrible shit that I've said that has come out of my mouth. I got in trouble because that bitch attacked me because of what I said.
I mean, come on.
I called her a whore.
You called me a whore? That's why I called the police, and that's exactly how it went down.
And you know what? Here's the thing. She was sleeping with people for drugs and money.
She's a whore.
And that's when the whores come in.
Here we go. Excuse me, what was that? Not again.
Men laying their trick money down, $20 to pay the rent. Maybe instead I'll spend it on the whore.
See, you can say that, but apparently if I say that, it's a terrible thing, and you're like, it.
Well, though, you know, they think they're all perfect, you know.
Well.
Oh, Moisture Bar. How you doing on a Saturday night? Cool. Think we're getting the bugs worked out. We're ready. We're getting warmed up. Oh, yeah. My daddy played poker in the woods, they say. Back in his younger day, when prohibition was the talk and the rich folks walked to the woods where my daddy stayed. Jugs and jars from shiners. These old boys here, hell, they ain't miners. No, they came from the 49ers. It didn't take a hole in the ground to put the bottle in the bank. Back in the 30s when the dust rolled right in the woods of Alabama, didn't see no lights. My daddy played poker by a hardwood fire, squeezing all the dust from the hot copper wire. Strapped like a wildcat right to the end. Trap a wildcat and take his skin. Kneel from the bottom, put the eighth in a hole. One hand on the jug, but you never do drugs. Son, come running. You better come quick. This rock up shine is making me sick. Your mama called the law and they're gonna take me away. Down so far even the devil won't stay. Well, I call to the Lord with all my soul. I can hear him rattling the chain from the door. Couldn't get in, but I could see he tried with the shadows in the gate. Around 40 wide. Hey, tell me another story. Tell me about the lows and the highs. Tell me how to tell the difference between what they tell me is the truth and a lie. Tell me why the ones that have so much make the ones that don't go mad. With the same skin stretched over their white moms and the same jug in their hands. My daddy played poker on the stump in the woods back when the world was great. Before hear him rattling the chains on the floor. Couldn't get in, but I could see he tried with the shadows in the gauge round the 40 wide line.
Okay, welcome to the penultimate event of the Romper Room so far. I recorded this podcast in February when all the shit started going down. When everything flared back up. You know, just when you thought it was safe, right? I was pissed, man. I was so fucking pissed when I recorded this podcast, and you'll hear that. I've edited the content some. Obviously, there's a couple of times where I maybe have said someone's name that I shouldn't have said, so those have been obscured. A couple of times I went off the rails a little bit, not gonna lie. I had to reel that back in and do some editing. Everything was done in one 3-hour pass. There was one big 3-hour monologue, and I just let everything out in a recording, kind of like a diary. Now that's too much. Even the edited version is a little over 2 hours long. And so I figured the best way to kind of deal with this, chop that up into some more manageable chunks. So it's going to be a 3-part, really a 4-part. So you're going to have 3 parts of the story. And there'll be a 4th part of recordings that are of someone coercing me. They are of someone admitting that I never abused them. They are recordings of someone admitting that they have obstructed justice at least twice throughout the process. You know, the recordings speak for themselves. They're going to show someone who's not afraid of me, who does not consider me a threat or a danger. Because if someone considered me a real threat or a danger, they'd probably pay me the money they owe me and give me my stuff back and leave me alone. They wouldn't keep poking the bear, you know, walking up, slapping the fucking beehive, and then going and running behind a bunch of ex partes and shit. Fucking punk. A bitch. So, go ahead and get the rosé poured. You should have already aired that out. Chilled and aired. And go ahead and, you know, twist up a blunt. You know, want to smoke. Call your friends over. Share the link. Tell your friends, man, let's have a listening party with this. Spotify has a listening party, you know. So, anyway, this is the first part. Kick back, enjoy it. Talk to you afterward. You know, I was approached by a few people to do a podcast recently enough. My whole thing was like, okay, so it can't just be music, right? Like, if I want to talk about Charles Manson, I want to talk about Charles Manson, or I want to talk about the Chiefs, you know, I want to talk about the Chiefs. If I want to talk about men's mental health, I want to be able to talk about men's mental health. I kind of want it to be able to have this flow of, like, any natural conversation. So the first episode is just me. I'm using this opportunity to talk about men's mental health. Why? Because I'm going fucking crazy. And I say that, and we laugh, and it's funny, ha ha ha, and they're like, oh, Jeremy, you've always been crazy. Yeah, that's true. But the reality is I didn't know I was crazy for some time until I found myself in a certain situation that led me to re-examine my behaviors and what led to me being in the position that I got myself put in. Just because somebody accuses someone of something doesn't mean they did it, right? And we all know that. Just because I didn't do what she accused me of doesn't mean I don't share my own culpability in what transpired. And a lot of that culpability that I have comes with letting it go as long as it did. And for me, allowing, as I was saying, just because I didn't do what I was accused of doesn't mean that I didn't do some fucked up shit, and that I have my own accountability for what happened and for how I found myself in that situation, because I was running from my own feelings. Like I have my own childhood trauma that was unprocessed for years, like 40 years. And, you know, forever, I didn't want to do anything about it. Like I had my girlfriend at the time, Brittany, she was like, I want to marry you. And like, I'll put you on my insurance and I'll get you help. Like we can get you help. And I was like, help for what? Because I had so much toxic masculinity. And no one wants to look at themselves and be like, oh, well, I have this issue and this issue. But I have CPTSD and I have PTSD and I have a very severe anxiety disorder. And that anxiety disorder is what really has kept Driving Wheel off the scene forever. I just had so much shit and I had to learn how to deal with it. But instead of doing that, because I broke away from everyone and I didn't talk to anybody for a fucking year, moving behind some old friends and hanging out with them, I rekindled the love that I had for making music with my friends just for the sake of making music, you know? Like everybody would sit around a fire and we'd play songs, and if we finished them, cool. If we didn't, that's cool. If somebody just knew a verse and a chorus, that's fine. If you just knew the chorus and some of the chords, we would laugh and we had fun, and that was important. And that was huge. The problem that I still had was I wasn't in touch with how I felt about things. I just played it cool because that's what I'd done my whole life. I knew no other way than to make I don't know what you would call it, a composite of the traits that I had that people liked, and I accentuated them and I hid the shit that I thought that people didn't like, which was all the trauma and shit. So everybody either thought I was really cool or they thought I was an arrogant asshole, and I was fine with either one. Because neither one, was really, you weren't getting that close to the truth. And then, I was hanging out with a friend, and we got really close, and she got real close to the truth and, the essence of me, and saw the real me, and, wasn't going to accept anything other than that to be a part of anything. It wasn't like Brittany. She wasn't trying to marry me or none of that shit, but, even to hang out, it was you're going to have to fucking be present and be here. And I was in La La Land. Okay? I can see that now. And instead of dealing with my feelings and dealing with the consequences and repercussions of my actions and what I had fucking done through my inability to be accountable, lack of accountability, there was a lot of girls or whatever, and that's how this one kind of got in. And I didn't know at the time. There was so much backstory, but me and my friends didn't sit around talking about her and her ex, so I didn't know any of it. I just fucking Bambi sitting there in the woods and Godzilla comes along, is really what I feel like happened. And this person wanted to get back at her boyfriend. And the person I was close to was close to her boyfriend. And the way she kind of got back at them and blew everything up was by getting her kind of hooks into me. And I was so lost, and I allowed it to happen. I made my own decision. I was like, yeah, okay, that sounds great. And she knew enough about me that she was able to portray this image of what she thought I wanted to be. And because she made it look and sound like what I thought I wanted without being in touch with how I felt, remember, lost. And I'm like, sure, that sounds great. I'll move into your house. And I'm fixing her house, and my friends are fixing her house, and I'm paying them, and I'm buying material. And I just wasn't really paying attention to what was really going on. And I didn't care because I always took everyone at face value. If you say that's what you're doing, then I'm just going to believe that's what you're doing, until you prove otherwise. And then when, I started seeing all these lies and all this shit, I started questioning her on it. And that's when shit started going haywire, was when I started holding her accountable around May of 2021. And I didn't know what to do. I felt stuck already. Which, looking back, I should have got the fuck out well before then. But it escalated, and then July 21st of 2021, we got into an argument over cleaning the house and the cats again, because nobody cleaned up after the cats, and I'm allergic to them. And we were showing the house to sell it. And there was a real estate agent coming to show the house at 7, so I needed help cleaning this fucking place, because I'm the one that's actually working and trying to do the shit to get it done. And everybody else is getting drunk and wanting to go to the fucking beach and just, again, again, live in fucking La La Land where, you know, I'm fighting to stay in reality at this point. So she snaps and starts throwing all my shit into the fucking driveway. Okay, I'm not rich, right? Everybody thinks just because, like, some of my family members might have a little bit of money that I'm actually rich, and fucking I'm far from it. I make it look good, but I'm not. Okay, I have no money, right? Let me just throw that out there. They got a lot of gear, you know, rich rock star looking gear, you know, but I have no money. She's throwing my fucking, like, my nice silk shirts and, like, my clothes, my fucking out of the closet clothes. The bitch didn't grab my t-shirts out of the chest of drawers. She goes to the closet and gets the shit on my hangers, my fucking $150 jerseys and fucking my button-ups with pearl snaps and all that shit, and starts throwing it out in the fucking driveway. And I'm just like, fucking stop, you know? And I said something that pissed her off really fucking good. And she hauled off and fucking slugged me. And then grabbed me by the throat and started choking me. And in the fray, she scratched me in the face. So my mugshot from the 23rd, that scratch you see on my face, happened on the 21st when she fucking attacked me before the police got there, before I called the police. You can go ask for the Boone County Joint Communications log, 2 calls on the 21st of July, 2021. First one came in at 6:38 p.m. It was from me. And I said, she's attacking me. Like, I'm under attack. She's attacking you physically, dispatch said. I said, yeah. I said, well, you need to leave. You need to leave the area now. Can you leave? Yes, I can leave. They said, you need to go. So I did. Got my bad motor scooter and I fucking hightailed it right on out of there. Police called me back. I guess she called one of them names, spat at another one, called them, you know, pigs or something, screamed at them, told them all she wanted was an ex parte and to get the F off of her property, get the fuck off of her property. We're uncensored here. I don't care what anybody thinks anymore. Like, I really don't. So cops call me back and they're like, man, you want us to press charges on this on this person? And I'm like, no, because me, you know, anybody who knows me knows I don't want anything to do with any of this. Like, no, I just want her to calm down, quit throwing my shit in the driveway, and I want to go to bed. In my bed, I want her to shut the fuck up. That's what I want. Like, she can go fuck who she wants. She can go do whatever she wants. She needs to shut the fuck up and leave me alone. They said, okay. Well, we're going to put this down as mutual combatants. We're just going to clear the scene. I said, you do what you've got to do. And if they had kept the recording, you would find that verbatim, that's exactly what I said. The reason why I know this is because I can actually remember what happened that day. Unlike last night, where I have 2 separate recordings where she claims that she doesn't recall what happened and doesn't know what she told the police. So they called me and told me, we're calling this mutual combatants, clearing the scene. They cleared the call. I arrived back at the house. Oh, key point in this, and whenever it escalated, but before she attacked me physically, she sent her son to the neighbors next door. In the discovery, she says that he saw me attack her. But when the police got there, there were no children on the scene because the child was next door. Okay, that's important because it's evidence. It's factual. It establishes a timeline and a chronology. So then I come back to the house around 7:20 something. I could get the thing out, but I'm just going off my memory. I'm spitballing. I'm not in court. I'm not giving a fucking testimony. This is my podcast. This is Jeremy's world up in here. When I arrived back at the house, the neighbor, who had a camera pointed at our front door and recorded all of our comings and goings because she had nothing else to do with her life. And I'm oblivious to all this. And I show up back at my house just expecting everything to have chilled out and be cool or whatever. It's not. Neighbor calls the police when I get there. Police show back up, but they cleared the scene again within 15 minutes and left. Okay, you can get that fucking call log from Boone County Joint Dispatch too. The next day, July 22nd, 2021, the alleged victim here dosed me with a rather large amount of LSD. And as it come on, she's like, oh, I love you, and blah, 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 and I want to make up with you, and led me into this whole, like, scene of, you know, wondrous connection and beautiful joy, and I'm under the influence of this drug, and, you know, and at least we're not fighting, and so I quit being mad that I'd been dosed with LSD. And just kind of went with it, because at that point, there's not much else you can do. You can be mad about it. That's just going to make everything, even less cool than it already is. So what wound up happening is, like, no, this person, no kinks are off limits. Like, there are no bounds, no boundaries, no, anything's fair game for her. I, on the other hand, like a babe in the wood, had never really explored my sexuality. Again, I've never even really known the true me before all this had happened. Like, I was standing around, still in shock, playing the fucking victim and saying, I don't know, I didn't do it. It wasn't my fault. I didn't do this. Well, I'm not the one. That was my whole stand, the victim stance. I played that really well for fucking 40 years. And I was still playing it. But her kinks, I don't know. I still have a hard time reconciling some of this shit, but she led me into this, like, bondage scene, and consensual non-consent. And rape play, where she was tied up, and there was choking involved, and hitting, and biting, and all apparently consensual. I mean, I agreed to it, and she's the one that led me into it, because, I mean, we can call 100 people she slept with, and I can find about probably 30, 40 that I've slept with, but I know 100 that she slept with, and we can subpoena them all, and we can discuss my sexual proclivities, and we can discuss hers. And we'll see who's telling the truth about what. I mean, anybody who knows me knows I don't fucking lie. I'm not lying about this. This is what happened. Led me into the bondage scene, rape play, up all night on acid.
Doing that grind with the push and squeeze. Tied up, tied down, up against the wall. Be my Rubbermaid baby, and we can do it all. My way, your way, anything goes tonight.
All right, it's just what it was. And I went with it. I was there for the experience. And, no sleep on all the LSD. And she takes some Adderall and goes to school to teach the children at Cedar Ridge Elementary. Yeah, it was a Friday. It's now July 23rd, 2021. And as she's leaving, she's like, okay, well, when I get home, I'm going to have some stuff to do. I'm going to have my stuff. I got to go run some errands. I'm going to take care of my things. So I need you to take my eyes on or with you. Okay. And I thought I was going to get some sleep, but, like, I got dosed with a lot of acid that day, apparently. And I can handle a lot of acid, believe it or not. Probably more than most people. But, and I was fine. Like, I was with her son all day, who was home from school, even though she was teaching. It was like a 2-week extended thing or something, summer school. She was already in summer school. It was July, summer school. He was home with me. I was on LSD. But everything was fine, laid back, cool day, I'm coming down. And then comes back home, and she's like, well, I thought you were going to leave. And I said, well, I am. I was just going to wait till you get home, blah, blah, blah. And, smoke this joint, and I'm going to head out. And she was real agitated. We went out on the porch, and we're smoking this joint. And I'm like, why are you so agitated? I thought everything was cool. And we made up. And then she started another argument. And as we got louder, she couldn't have fucking planned it any better. As we got louder, the cops just walk in through the front door, and we're on that back porch, on a table, smoke weed. Cops walk right in the front door, walk straight through that house, walk right up. I heard the dogs going off, and I walked in the door, and as I come through the door, they grabbed me and put me in cuffs, threw me in the fucking car, arrested me immediately for domestic violence. And I'm freaking the fuck out. Oh, before that, she was like, oh, blah, 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 you gotta go. I was like, well, I'm kind of loopy from being up all night on acid. I need an Adderall. And she's like, here, have an Adderall and take some more acid. And dosed me with more LSD to take her son. And then after that is when the argument escalated into the cops came in, arrested me, and they put me in the vehicle, and I'm fucking freaking out. Like, what the fuck? And cop comes out there, and I've got sweat rolling down me, and I'm just like, fuck. And I have a prescription for Xanax. I'm like, hey, I need my anxiety medication. So he goes in to the house. And what does she do? The alleged victim here? Instead of getting the bottle of Xanax with my name on it, getting the Xanax out of there, she goes and gets a bottle that has no writing, which the cops take from her and proceed to charge me with possession of a controlled substance for. I'm like, no, I have a prescription. They said, well, where's your prescription? I'm going to extend my fucking flex folder with all my files. It's like a flex folder, like for files. Well, the cop is stupid and goes in and asks for a fucking Rolodex. Well, dipshit, it was 2021. I don't think anybody had a fucking Rolodex for around 20 years. Okay? Everybody has a phone. with their fucking phone numbers in it. Nobody keeps a little black book anymore. Nobody has a fucking Rolodex. And nobody has a Betamax either. And, they've transferred all that shit to digital. You're a fucking moron. So he goes in and doesn't find the Rolodex, obviously, because he's looking for a Rolodex. And he's like, are these yours? I'm like, yep. Why? Because I don't lie. So I got charged with possession of my own prescription and domestic battery based on a lie. I bond out and I don't know what to think and I don't know what's going on. I'm still on acid and fucking Adderall and have nowhere else to go. And all my shit's there. My dog's there. So I go back to the house and she's like, oh, baby. Oh, my God. I'm so sorry. I'll never let them separate us. We're like Pam and Tommy. They won't keep us apart. We got to get married so they can't make us testify against each other. So that's how that bitch duped me into marrying her. On August 6th, 2021. And my PO even asked me at the time, she's like, did you marry her? Because, if I say yes, then that's an issue. And I was like, oh no, we really love each other. When fucking believe in love. It's some bullshit that Hallmark perpetuates every year. So dumbasses fucking spend a bunch of money on cards and flowers and shit for people that fuck other people. If it's Valentine's Day, if you care about somebody every day is Valentine's Day. You'll buy them something, you'll show them that you care about them. Boom. And, anyway. Again, it's my podcast. Welcome to Jeremy's World, everybody. We're just getting started. Just fired up as backwoods. With some fine GG5 and, what else are we smoking here? This is, strawberry jealousy fritter. Jealousy's ugly in anyone unless it's in a fritter. So I went back to the house and she's pouring it on. Us against the world, man. And on August 6th, I married her. We went to Cooper's Landing with a friend of mine who was ordained, and his girlfriend had the camera that I'd purchased for this person who now has her photography business that she uses it for. We ran up where somebody else had their wedding set up. We ran up there real quick before they got there and snapped the pictures, and he fucking did the ceremony. We said I do, and she told her son that it was just a photo shoot. But we actually filed the paperwork and were officially married. So even that was all full of lies and just bullshit and manipulated and not real. Just like everything about this is that. It's manipulated, it's fabricated, it's not real. The reason why in this recording she says, I don't even remember what I told the police that day. Yeah, it's because you fucking improvised it on the spot and it was a work of fucking fiction that is not based even remotely on the fucking truth. My stupid ass stays with her. That is how bad I was. That is how lost I was. Fuck, she said she didn't do it. She said she didn't set me up with the neighbor. Oh, okay. Well, we gotta move. Let's get the fuck out of town. Let's get out of here. So I worked hard, got her house ready, got that leaky piece of shit somehow sold to somebody who hates it, understandably. And me and my friends and my family packed her fucking shit and her son's shit and loaded it up and moved it to Peculiar, Missouri, where she had got a job because she lied and set up a fake email address and pretended to be Taryn Brindley, the vice principal of Cedar Ridge Elementary. Taryn Brindley was not going to give a very good reference, and she definitely wasn't getting her contract renewed in Columbia. She'd done soiled this fucking playground with her stank. So she sets up a fake email and gives herself these glowing reviews and uses the house phone as the contact phone number, and anybody that answered the phone was instructed to either let the answer machine get it or I was to answer Cedar Ridge Elementary. For real. And she got the fucking job. She did it. I was like, what? I would have never fucking got this shit off. I wouldn't have the fucking balls to try, and believe me, I got big fucking balls, but I don't have balls to fucking do that. And she did. She got the job, and we moved to Peculiar, and I moved her there the weekend before school started for me and her son. Somehow got them in there, went shopping, fucking got food, got shit for people to take to lunch, had everybody lined the fuck out and ready to go. Why? Because even in the worst of times, even at my worst, we still gonna be alright. Promise. Believe that. And settled into this uneasy existence up there. On September 29th, I woke up, and it was one of those days where she woke up and was just in a foul fucking mood from day one, or from minute one. I was like, my whole day, I was like, I'm going to sit here and watch the Chiefs early and, you know, do my homework while I watch the other games. And she like starts this fight, and then out of nowhere, she's just like, hey, you want to go to the game? And I'm like, fuck. Howdy doody, you have wooden fucking balls, man? Fuck yeah, I want to go to the fucking game. Who the fuck are you talking to? Well, my friends have an extra ticket. Oh, fuck cool. Just drive me in my car and drop me off. Can't believe I let this fucking bitch drive my car. So she takes me and drops me off at Arrowhead. Watch the Chiefs lose in some fuckery. I swear to God, it's like the only game I've been to that they've lost in the past 3-4 fucking years. And she picks me up, and my friend Joe Winters from the Steepwater Band calls me. And him and Angela had COVID, and they had tickets to see the Rolling Stones, and they were trying to, you know, sell them up until pretty much the last minute, and it's 3 hours to showtime. He's like, how close are you to St. Louis? And I'm like, shit, I'm close enough that if we don't go home, we'll make it. He's like, you're sure? And I'm like, yeah, dude, transfer the tickets. I'm sorry you have COVID, and that fucking sucks, but shit, man, don't eat them. I'll fucking make that happen in the face of all of this. And we did, man. We fucking rolled straight from Arrowhead right into the Dome, walked in as the house lights went down and the tribute to Charlie came on. It was amazing, even though she was there with me. Like I said, I had a great time. It was a great day. I didn't think that that day was going to be that good. So that was like, in the face of all that, I was still living my life and having a great time and like kind of oblivious still. And then we go into her ex-girlfriend, has a dog grooming shop up in Lee Summit with her wife now, her new wife, the ex-girlfriend's wife. We walked in with the dogs, and she's like, holy shit, I cannot believe you are still around. And I looked at her, and I said, well, fuck, I keep thinking the chaos has to die down at some point, right? And she just looked at me and shook her head slow and even with that PTSD look. And I'm like, fuck. I got to get out. You know, I'd been thinking, how am I going to get out? How am I going to get out? How am I going to get out? While getting more entrenched, you know, which is, I guess, what happens to people who are abused. Here she's got me out in the fucking sticks, out in the middle of fucking Cass County, Missouri. You know, I'm a half hour away from any family, 2 hours away from Columbia, 2 hours away from my mom, hour away from my sister. Nobody really knew, but everybody knew apparently. And I was sitting reading, it was an assignment in my addictive behaviors class, and it was about abuse and addiction. Alcoholics will refer to a moment of clarity. I'm reading this chapter, and it was like there was this voice in the back of my head. This is you. This is talking about you and the cycles of your behavior. And that scared the shit out of me. That was Wednesday, October 6th, 2021. Then that night, her and I got into another altercation. I actually called my mom. And I'm not a mama's boy. I don't call my mom very much. Her and I have a very complicated relationship, and a lot of the idealization of women and the issues that I have with the issues that I have stem not just from her direct abuse, but also keeping me in some really fucked up abusive situations and having zero accountability for that to this day. Now, her thing's to just throw money at things and then use that to manipulate people. And I don't play that fucking game anymore. So, you know, it was bad if I fucking called my mom. I'm like, look, I just spent all my money moving her up here. I went through fucking $30,000 in, 4 months. I fucked up. I need help. I think I'm in an abusive situation. And she's like, well, I was just waiting for you to say something. It's like overhearing this conversation. She's like in the next room, and she heard me talking to my mom. And because she knew my mom was going to help me, she switched her tune again. Baby, I love you. We can work this out, blah, 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 and pulled the fucking string back in. And so, because she did this, I'm like, okay. And I went to sleep and get up, and she goes to school, and I'm doing well to school next day. And next day was a Thursday. And you could set your clock by the major blow-ups during football season. I'd already sussed it out. Sundays were shit because I was watching football and doing homework. Monday nights were always shit because of football. Thursday nights were shit because of football. Now, she wouldn't say, oh, I fucking hate football, don't watch football. It was deeper than that. Like, I would have the TV on in the living room, and, like, I'd have my laptop out, my books, and, like, I'm doing homework, and the game's on. And unless it's the Chiefs, I'm not 100%, like, fucking transfixed by every single moment. Like, I'm doing my homework while the game's on, really. It's what I've done since I was a kid. I'm either listening to music or watching the football shits. Sports balls. It is what it is. And her son would be like in his room and like listening to music or reading a book or, you know, playing with his friend, doing what he wants to do. And she comes down and she starts slamming White Claws, slamming the fridge door. And what she hated was the peace in the house. And I'd even asked her once, like, why is it that you know, I'm doing my thing and he's doing his thing, that you're going to pick a fight with somebody and, you know, somebody's going to be unhappy? And she goes, because I hate the peace, hate the quiet. You know, she had to be the center of the attention. And if somebody else is doing other things, she wasn't going to allow it to fly. So October 7th, the Seahawks were playing the Rams on Thursday Night Football, which is like the shittiest game in the fucking world at that time. I think Russell Wilson was hurt. And, it might have been the year Matt Stafford won the Super Bowl. I don't know. It doesn't fucking matter. Okay. It was just a shit game that I was not paying attention to. This person had just spent $400 on a tattoo and then didn't have enough money to pay for gas and her son's food for the fucking week. So I was getting really tired of her stupid bullshit. She just had some guy fly her out to California, and she went and stayed with him, went to a J-Rad show, and they went to Marilyn Monroe's grave, and I'm sick of it. And she's like, oh, blah, 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 fucking, was Spaceberry that weekend? So it was October 7th, so I forget what it was. It was down at the farm. She wanted to go. And I laughed, because our financial situation at the time was, you know, fuck no. Well, I can go. You can stay home with me. I laughed. I said, listen, you can go. You want to go fuck Arkansas? Go on down there. Hang out with that fucking piece of white trash and have him spit in your mouth. I don't give a fuck. But I'll tell you this. Take your son to his dad's and leave him there, because by the time you get back, I won't fucking be here, and neither will any of my shit. You're going to fucking do it on your own. You're going to have your fucking dudes fucking finance your shit down there. And by the time you get back, you're going to have your own life, and I'm fucking out. So now he's not your stepson, but he's your son. I'm like, yeah, that's kind of where we're at now. Yeah, that's 100% accurate. You're fucking digging savvy all of a sudden. Holy shit, you do grasp reality on some level. Starting to wonder. So we start yelling. She goes out, and like, let me tell y'all, this is real. If you would have told me 3 years ago that any of this would have happened, I would have said you're on crack. I would have said there's no way, because I don't have it in me, is what I thought. Well, guess what, ladies and gentlemen, friends and neighbors, boys and girls? I absolutely did have all that shit in me. I wanted to keep this to myself, and I'm just going to throw it out there. I can't think of a better person to have purged all that fucking toxicity onto. Okay, really. I can live with myself. I sleep with myself just fine at night. Okay? We're yelling, and I'm like, hey, we're going to wake your son up, who's upstairs sleeping now. It's like fucking 9 o'clock at night on a school night. It's Thursday. Again, Thursday night football's on, and so there's a fight. Not about football, but about something. So we go outside on the back porch. And it escalates into, she's accusing me of cheating with the person that she always accused me of cheating on, who is actually a good friend of mine, who I fucking lost a good friend out of the whole situation because I distanced myself just to make this fucking ungrateful fucking asshole feel better and not threatened. And it was constantly fucking thrown in my face anyway. I should have fucking been doing what I want the whole fucking time. She was. You did this, you said that, oh, well, you're fucking her. So fuck you, go through my phone. I don't give a shit. I have nothing to hide. I can be transparent. Let me see your phone. And she snatched her phone away from me, and I grabbed that fucking thing and I smashed it on the ground. Yeah, I did that. I took that phone, but guess what? I bought that motherfucker. That brand new iPhone 13 plus what the fuck ever fuck shit it was. That was mine. That was my motherfucking phone plan and my fucking money and my fucking phone. And I took my fucking phone that she was using to set up dates with other fucking dudes with, to prostitute herself with, to sell herself for drugs for, and fucking set up fucking flying to California to be with other dudes with and to go to fucking hang out with Arkansas with. Yeah, I took that phone that I bought her to do all that shit with, and I fucking smashed it right on the back fucking porch. You goddamn right I did. I fucking felt great when I did it. For about 0.5 seconds, and she goes, you fucking asshole, and hauled off and fucking socked me right in the face like a dude. I wish she would have fucking hit one of those girls in Sedalia when we got in that bar fight with half as much energy as she fucking hauled off and hit me, because she got her fucking ass kicked that night. It was 6-on-1, and I had to protect her. Anyway, she fucking punched me in the face. I turn around, I walk back in the house. She left. I go back to doing my homework and watching that shitty fucking football game. Poured a beer, rolled a joint. Fuck. It was so common at that point. Shit like that happened every Monday, Thursday, and fucking Sunday. You know, at some point, bare minimum. I thought about leaving, but I had homework to do. And then there's a knock on the door, and it's the fucking cops. And they come in, and I just sit back down, and I'm fucking straight smoking the joint in front of them. I don't even care. Talking to them about the game. They're watching the game. We're waiting to hear back from what they want to do. And then they're like, well, we got to take you to jail, but it won't be all night. But they took me, I was in my fucking pajamas, and I didn't have my phone, I didn't have my keys, I didn't have my car, I didn't have fucking anything. So they take me to jail, and then they did leave me there all fucking night. I had this huge bite mark on my arm, and I mean, it was gnarly. Black and blue and purple. And so I pounded the door at fucking like 9 a.m. Hey, y'all have to take me to the hospital. I need out on a medical. Well, we got to call Peculiar. I was in Belton. They're keeping me in Belton. We got to call Peculiar and see if they're going to send an ambulance or if they'll come transport you. Well, Peculiar said, fuck that. Kick him out. So they just kicked me out. So I'm in my flip-flops, my fucking pajamas, and a t-shirt. No phone, no keys, no shoes. I walked 15 miles from fucking Belton, Missouri to Peculiar, Missouri. Believe you me, by the time I got there, I was madder than a motherfucker. And when I got there, she wasn't there. But my dog was inside. And I wanted the keys to my car and my dog so bad I was going to fucking tear the door down. But, you know, I controlled myself. I walked to a warehouse out behind where we live. There's a dude working there. I said, hey, man, look, I just walked 15 miles from Belton. I have a crazy fucking situation. And my car was gone. I couldn't find my car. And my dog was in the house. So I asked this guy if I could borrow his phone to call the police to report my car missing. And I asked him if he had any water. Because I was so fucking thirsty. And he gave me a bottle of water and he let me use his phone. And I called the police. And by the time the police got there, she got back with my car. She had been driving my car. The police talked to her and they left. I came around the corner and opened my car door and my keys were in my car. So I got in and I drove around the block. And I didn't realize that she had been there and had been the one driving my car. I thought I'd just overlooked my car. But no. I come back around the corner and I'm like, man, fuck it. She ain't home. I'm going back in. I'm getting my dog. I'm getting my shit. Fuck that bitch. And I carried this giant crocodile Dundee, like fucking, you know, that's not a knife. That's a knife, right? Pulled my fucking car right up to the side of the condo. It's like a townhome that we lived in. Pulled this giant fucking knife out and I go to sawing, you know, the rubber seal out of the window pane. I'm going to just cut the fucking window right out of this son of a bitch and I'm going in and get my dog. Well, I'm standing there fucking cutting into the window with this giant knife and she comes around the fucking corner and I'm standing there with this giant fucking knife and I just freeze. Like, oh fuck. And she doesn't see me. She's picking up trash in the yard and she just turns around and walks. Holy fuck. And I just tiptoe around and I get in my car and it's a hybrid. So I just tootle on around the fucking backyard and out into the street and come up around the corner. And as I come around the corner, she's walking up on the corner and she sees me. And I'm just rolled down the window and said, I want my fucking dog. And she's like, well, you can have your dog. I never said you couldn't have your dog. That was the police. And so she let me in and she tries to sleep with me. Swear to God, I didn't do that. Fuck that, dude. I grabbed my weed. I grabbed my dog. I grabbed my books. I grabbed some clothes and I went to my dad's. And, yeah, I just call him as I see him, folks. I have no time for bullshit anymore. And there's been so much bullshit that I'm clearing it up. So I leave. I go to my dad's. She comes over there, brings her son, tries to pretend to be a family, wants to talk. I just can't do it. I go to my mom's. I'm hiding. I'm like, my life's over. You know, I've been accused of the worst fucking thing in the world. And that's when Boone County in in November of 2021 decided they were going to file the charges from July, even though it was obvious I didn't fucking do anything. But because something happened in Peculiar, they went ahead and fucking filed it down there. And my probation officer, in her infinite wisdom, knew somehow to get me off probation early. And when I told her what had happened, you know, even though I'd been arrested for that, and I'd also been arrested for a drug charge, and I was on probation for drugs, I didn't get a drug test. I didn't get a violation. She was like, shit, you were so close. I was like, I know. And she's like, well, this is going to put you back a month at least, which would have put me out in late November, 28th. And they filed that shit on the 22nd. When I got arrested in Peculiar in October, on October 7th, October 8th, I finally, and I'm back in my car, and I got my dog, and I got my phone, and I got everything, and fuck. First call I really have to make is to my PO. And I'm like, well, it happened again. She did it again. And I told my PO, like, kind of the condensed version, and she's like, whoa, hold on. That sucks, and I'm sorry, and I support you in getting away from that person. Jeremy, I'm going to tell you one thing. You don't have to say anything else to me anymore because you were discharged from probation on October 1st. And, man, if I could have reached through the phone and given somebody a hug right then, I'd have given her a hug, man. The best thing that could have happened in that context, like, oh, fuck, thank God. At least I don't have to worry about that part of it. And so I wound up staying with my mom, and then, I'd told some other friends what had happened. I was like, man, she's abusing me. And they were like, yeah, we know. We were just waiting for you to say something. People knew I was being abused. I didn't. Toxic masculinity and my own conditioning from childhood trauma kept me from seeing my own cycles of behavior and looking at them for what they were. So she would still call me, and she'd come down to Warsaw and like fucking try and see me. Like we'd go out to dinner, and like I'd talk to her, and it was still so surreal, and like I was still like trying to detach. And my friends were like, nah, you need to just get the fuck away. You need to come down, stay on our couch if you have to, Because, like, I had a storage unit, and some nights I would stay, like, in the storage unit, or I would just sleep in my car with my dog at the storage unit. But it was getting cold. It was fucking late November. And my same friend whose couch I was sleeping on was, like, called me up, and he's like, hey, you've got a warrant. And, I mean, within 2 hours. And so I learned to go on CaseNet and to click the little thing that gives you alerts on your case so that I could keep up with my shit and others that need to be kept up with now, which sucks, which is a shit position. I can't believe that I'm in it still, because, that happened. I got arrested in November, and I'm bonded out. There's no contact order. She's still constantly calling me, still constantly trying to fucking hit me. I don't know, man. I want nothing to do with this. Like 2 counties and all of our friends and families and mutual everyone and people who don't know either one of us also all agree that we should have nothing to fucking do with each other. Okay? And I agree with them. Yeah. And I was dying. There was a lot of alcohol. And the only way I could tolerate it was to imbibe in alcohol myself. And when you're mixing it with pills and other things, I was coca-ethylene toxic. My hair was falling out. I got to Columbia, and I went to my general practitioner, and he was aghast in my condition. I'd gained so much weight. I was gray. He took blood, and my liver and my pancreas enzymes everything was inflamed, but they were really concerned about my pancreas and my liver. They're like, hey, you're going to fucking die soon. And I said, it might be better.
Let's all go to the lobby. Let's all go to the lobby. Let's all go to the lobby to get ourselves a treat.
Delicious things to eat. The popcorn can't be beat. The sparkling drinks are just dandy. The chocolate bars and the candy. So let's all go to the lobby to get ourselves a treat. Let's all go to the lobby to get ourselves a treat.
Here is the second half, a bunch of bullshit. Yeah, so when we left off, I was not doing so hot. I was hanging out on a friend of mine's couch. I was just kicking it, you know, and hoping that I could find my way through, and I didn't realize I was as sick as I was until I went to the doctor, and that's where this picks up. So remember, this was recorded in February. So this is before I went to jail. This is before a lot of shit. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to add the recordings onto the end of this for context. I picked these three because they kind of encapsulate everything. If you correlate what she says in these recordings with the statements she made in the discovery, and then correlate that with the Boone County Joint Communications call log, you can come up with 4 different fucking stories of what happened. None of them are the truth. Amazing how that works out. Everything that I say, if you go and correlate what I say with the Boone County Joint Communications call log, you're like, holy fuck, you know, he's actually telling the fucking truth. So I'll kind of come in between the recordings. And so there's 3 recordings. And I'll kind of give my little commentary play-by-play as we go. But here, let's just get right back into it. You know, my hair was falling out. I got to Columbia and I went to my general practitioner, and he was aghast in my condition. I'd gained so much weight. I was gray. He took blood, and my liver and my pancreas enzymes were... Everything was inflamed, but they were really concerned about my pancreas and my liver. They're like, hey, you're going to fucking die soon. And I said, you know, it might be better. And I went to my friend who teaches yoga. I told him I've got problems and I'm sick, like inside and out. He's like, I got just the thing for you, man. And he was right. And yoga saved my life. And at that point in my life, I needed something, anything. And I was still partying, I was still staying out, and like there was this trying to just hold my head up and not give any credence to anything that had happened and do what I'd always done and just kind of go on like that had happened and try to ignore it. Yeah, we're cool, everybody's fine, everything's cool. But it wasn't. I still had these issues and I still like had these feelings and this unprocessed shit, and there was still something there. And I'd still stay out all night, and I was living this double life where I was going to school and work and also partying, quote unquote partying, but there was no party for me. Like I was running from pain at that point. There's no other way to put it. Because I couldn't get high. Okay, cocaine didn't get me high anymore. Alcohol didn't get me drunk anymore. It would just kind of numb me a little bit until the point where I was oblivious. And that's all there was. And how I was functioning in that, and how I functioned like that for years is fucking amazing. And I made a decision that I was not going to do that anymore. So I stopped drinking alcohol, and I stopped eating gluten, and I stopped eating processed foods, and I stopped making excuses, and I started going to yoga, and I dedicated myself to it. And it was hard, and I was sick, and some days I would cry. I couldn't believe what a mess I had made out of my life. What I had lost, the good things, the good people. You know, so many people had tried to tell me. Bandmates, intimate partners, friends, my sister, counselors, like everybody. I was oblivious and I ignored them. I didn't want to look at myself. Nobody wants to look at themselves and see what's wrong. I was always accentuating what I thought was what people liked, but what I didn't realize is that there were people who accepted me as I was. I just had to accept myself as I was and accept them as they were. Give myself some grace. And when you give yourself grace, it opens up all this room for you to give other people grace in your life. And these were lessons I had to learn like this way. There was no other way for me to learn them because I wasn't going to acknowledge anything, you know, and there are people that will attest to that. Oh, wow, you don't like having the hard conversations. Fuck, you're sensitive. Jeremy, the deal. And I thought that was like an attack on my character, but it wasn't, you know, it was out of concern for me and for people who, for nothing else, just wanted me to be the best person that I could possibly be for the world, because that's what good people want for the people in their lives, period. With no manipulation, no other bullshit, you know, and I couldn't accept that. I always wanted things to stay exactly as they were, and when I found a moment, it was almost like I either tried to capture it or chase it down and make it mine, you know, and make it like stay. But when things are fluid and things are moving, you know, you have to acknowledge it and surrender to the flow. And I stopped. Well, you know, and I was so hard-headed and so disconnected from how I felt that it caused this cataclysmic chain of fucking shit, and it opened up the pressure cooker on my own unprocessed trauma. And the summer of 2022 was really when that came home to roost, because all through all this other shit, like I was still going to school. I had something to focus on. Summer break came in 2022. That's when I was left by myself, for real. And Ryan called me and he's like, hey, we can get together and, you know, we can just hang out and write some songs, you know. And I was like, okay, I don't want to be in a band. Like, I was scared of commitment, scared of the drummer, and I don't even know who the drummer is going to be or who it is. I had all this fear still. I was basing reactions out of fear of something I didn't even know about instead of just responding out of love. Still, I don't believe in love, so that makes it hard, because I really don't, like, fundamentally. And that's why when people say, oh, you're in love with such and such, or you guys were in love with each other or something, well, we know I wouldn't fucking say anything like that, because I don't talk like that, and I never did. That was what somebody else said and projected it, and then it got transferred into something else by the time it got to another person. It's the fucking problem with that. And again, I don't care what anybody else thinks either, but I care what a couple people do think. But the reacting out of fear thing was huge, and it had everything to do rooted in all the childhood trauma. Like, the 3-year-old who was molested still showed up to deal with shit, and the 10-year-old who got beat, the 2-year-old who had his face ripped off by a dog. There was other shit, you know, constantly. But nobody knew I was molested, and so what that did was it conditioned me to, well, fuck, if nobody knows, I can just pretend it didn't happen, right? So I got really good at pretending till I couldn't pretend anymore. And this past summer, it all came home to roost. Like, I had to grieve a lot of things I'd never grieved before. I had to go through a lot of processing. I got myself into therapy in April, a dialectical behavioral therapy program. I see a therapist, I see a psychiatrist, I see a peer-to-peer specialist, I have a case manager. It's like having a job in and of itself. It's like 10 to 12 hours. I have like assignments, I have to keep journals, I have to go to groups, in addition to school and work and everything that everybody else has to do. Going through therapy and yoga, probably what saved my life that summer, because it was like, still was not on an even keel. I was still just in pain, but I was suffering in that pain. And through the grieving, I learned that everyone causes pain. I've caused pain. People have caused me pain. People I care about have caused me pain. The difference is the people that are worth being in pain for, they won't make you suffer in it. It's swift and it's not punitive, and they apologize for their behavior, or they say, hey, you know, this isn't going to change, so, you know, or whatever. You deal with it. It's suffering, that's the choice. And I was suffering. I didn't want to suffer anymore. And I was with some friends, and we were smoking crack cocaine. And this girl looks at me, and I'm just sitting in the corner with a guitar in my hand, because it's when I'm the most comfortable. I still haven't got over, like, me sitting here talking like this is a big step. I wouldn't have been able to do this 6 months ago or 4 months ago in this manner without a guitar in my hand. Guitar's right here, though, so it's close enough. Yeah, my binky, but I don't need that anymore. Like, I don't need the validation and processing this thing. Like, I was smoking crack, sitting in the corner with a guitar in my hand. And she looks at me, this girl looks at me, and she's like, Jeremy, are you going to start crying? And, like, mind you, I hadn't been getting high. We're all smoking all these rocks, and everybody's fucking buzzing around all, woo, and I'm just sitting there fucking, like, morose, strumming the guitar in the corner, playing sad songs to my fucking self, and hitting crack cocaine. But it wasn't doing anything. It wasn't touching my pain. I wasn't numb anymore. It just made me feel worse. It was mixed with all the guilt and all the trauma and just all the shit. And, no sex was going to fix it. No drugs. That was it. It's where we were. And I was like, I got to go. We had just actually went and got more crack. And I left. I just left it there, left. Said, I got to go home. I got to go home by myself. And I went home and I cried. A lot. And I had a therapy appointment at 11. It was the first time I'd ever admitted to anybody that I'd been molested. And, after that, I just started taking on all the other unprocessed trauma. And now, I've kind of removed a bunch of the big stuff out of my life, and it's on to the kind of generational trauma, the unprocessed shit that I got kind of chucked down to me and my cousins, my sister. Trying to not let it get chucked down to my daughter, and I'm doing a piss poor fucking job of it, let me tell you that right now. I was still hiding at my mom's when this person, and this is when I figured out it wasn't all about me. And oh shit, you mean not everything's about you, Jeremy? Yeah, fucking newsflash, you goddamn, and I wasn't arrogant. It was trauma response. It was all I could see. And she lashed out at a friend and tried to, said she was going to call her work or something. And that's when I was like, oh, fuck. I got targeted for a reason that had absolutely fucking nothing to do with me. Same day she hit my daughter's mom up and got my daughter and her mom involved in all this shit. And I'm still dealing with the fallout from that. My daughter's not talking to me. That's a whole other podcast. And so, this past summer, I kind of started the process of really putting a lot of that shit behind me. And the last time I did cocaine was in October of 2022. And I just quit. I just decided I was done. I didn't want it anymore. I didn't need it anymore. It wasn't serving its purpose. I wasn't getting high. We were at a tipping point where my tolerance was so high that I had to ingest so much cocaine to get high that we're toxic levels. That we were talking about toxic levels of ingestion, and just wasn't worth it. And I was losing weight from the change in my diet and the yoga, and I was feeling better and more mindful, and I didn't want to be fucked up anymore. Staring down the trauma somehow removed the quest for oblivion. Once I quit having that pain inside me, it was a sigh of relief, and everything that I had been through as far as, therapy and counselors and rehab and all the journals and all the shit that I'd been through, it all fucking clicked. All the school, everything, it just kind of fell into place. And I saw my CPTSD. I wasn't scared of it anymore. And the toxic masculinity that had covered it up, I wasn't going to use that as a shield anymore. And once I made room for that, I really saw the cycles of behavior that were my trauma response. And it was relief. And this person, my ex, she calls me up. These friends of hers, Alex and Lauren, were getting married. She was going to go to this wedding. She wanted to know if she could stay at my house after. I chuckled and said, nah, I don't think so. I made the mistake of actually, me and a buddy were in Kansas City at the end of the summer. And we wanted some Coke, and she had hit me up, and she was like, yeah, I can get some Coke. And I met her at her friend's house, and her car had died, and I gave her a ride home, and I wound up staying at her fucking house like an idiot. And she's like, well, I just figured, since you'd stayed at my house that one night in September, I could stay at your house in November. I was like, nah, I don't think that's a very good idea, and I'm not very fucking comfortable with that. I think we've already crossed enough boundaries, and it was stupid of us to do that, and I don't want to ever do that, and I'm not weak. And then between September and November, I was already so much fucking stronger. I was like, no, I don't need the validation. It's not a good idea, and I'm gonna be by myself for real. I'm not sleeping with anybody, and I'm not playing this game anymore. Basically. Oh yeah, well, I don't think you're as healthy as you say you are. Well, I'm healthy enough not to fall for this shit. And so that night, November 12th, was the night of Lauren and Alex's wedding. She calls me up. Drunker than shit. I mean, fucking. You want to talk about white girl wasted? They wrote it about her. And she's like, hey, you know, and by the way, she owes me a lot of money from our divorce still. Like, I took 15 grand when I left, basically. Give me 15 grand. And she agreed to it. I could have hit her for 50. 70 probably, when I think about it. Well, now with all the fucking court fees and everything, it's more than 70. But I took 15 grand because I just wanted somewhere. I just need somewhere to live. I don't give a fuck. You know, just get me out. And December 29th of 2021, I moved into my new place, and I had a TV, a recliner that my friend had given me, brought over, a blanket, some weed, and my dog. And I was cool with that. I was like, we're good. Fuck, I had so much peace. Moved in here, went to school, and then the summer hit, all the shit. Went through everything, and November 12th, she's like, I got your money. I got some pills for you. She got a bunch of my Xanax taken away from the cops, because, by the way, remember when I got arrested in July 2021, the cops took my prescription away, and even though I proved I have a prescription, they still won't give me my drugs back, because they, apparently, it's what they do. I mean, it's not in the right bottle. Well, you know what? Old people who have the Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday fucking thing with all their pills set out for each day of the week, they don't have their shit in the right bottle either, but they're in their fucking house, just like I was. Okay, so shut the fuck up with your bullshit. Fucking police and their bullshit. She's like, I got pills, I got your money, but I'm drunk, I'm downtown, and I'm by Living Canvas, and she plays this victim shit, and she's all freaking out, and I'm just rolling my eyes, and I'm like, well, what do you want from me? I'm not taking you back to my house. She's like, well, just come get me and take me to my Airbnb. It's over on Hurst Street. She didn't say, I don't know where it is what she told me. My phone the internet doesn't work. I don't know my way back there. I need your internet. It's always fucking excuses and a scheme and a bunch of bullshit. And I should have known. Like, okay, my fault, guys, yes. Let me tell you, the smartest person you know is still fucking stupid, okay? And still says and does some stupid shit. At least once a day does something that you would look at and go, why the fuck did that smart motherfucker do some stupid shit like that? So I went and picked this fucking bitch up and took her drunk ass to her Airbnb. Walked in, went into the bathroom, and took a piss. By the time I walked out of the bathroom, she was buck naked. And I just go, no. We ain't fucking doing this. No, fucking no. And there's 3 bottles of pills sitting over on the table. I just walked over and grabbed them. I said, which one of these is mine so I can take my shit and get the fuck out of here? And she runs over and grabs them, all 3 from me. And she's like, no. And grabs a blanket and wraps it around her and falls down on the couch and goes, come and get him. And I go, I'm not doing this shit. You need to do what you said you were going to fucking do. Give me my shit so I can fucking leave. She goes, I think you need to just leave. So I did. She calls me an hour later screaming and yelling about a missing bottle of pills. One that was later recovered, by the way. So, you got your fucking pills. You need to sleep it off. Fucking call me in the morning and talk to me when you're fucking... I don't want to say rational because this person is never fucking rational, even when she's pretending to be. It's cultivated and it's conniving and it's manipulative. There's no rationality to it. She says, no, I'm on my way right now, and I realize she's fucking driving. And I'm like, your drunk ass don't need to be fucking driving anywhere, right? She starts yelling at me, and right then I hear the fucking crash. Not only do I hear it on the telephone, I hear it through my door because she hit my neighbor's fucking car. Smashed the shit out of it. Smashed the fucking shit out of it. Just parts everywhere. Where the wheel well and fender of the vehicle she's driving used to be, windshield wiper fluid reservoir. It's hanging out and fucking leaking fluid everywhere all over my fucking driveway. And I come out and I'm like, get this leaky piece of shit off of my fucking driveway. Give me my pills back. I got your fucking pills. Stupid bitch. So she fucking comes at me and punches me. I just turn around and go in my house and lock the door. She leaves. I think she hit another neighbor's car when she left, like backed into it. 2 days later, I get served with an ex parte from her. From when she had threatened suicide, like early November. Boone County sheriff's deputy comes, serves me with ex parte. Sitting here with a friend, knock on the door. I'm like, that sounds like a cop. I open the door and it's a fucking cop. That's why it sounded like a cop. I am a state. Listen, just because I'm dumb doesn't mean I'm fucking dumb, all right? And he's like, yeah, blah, blah, blah. You know the deal. I'm like, yeah, the deal's some bullshit, but, you know, fucking what it is what it is. So here's the thing. You can sign up for an alert when you file for an ex parte. They'll fucking call you as soon as the person is served. So as soon as I got served with an ex parte, that cop called and let this hotline know. They called her, and within 45 fucking seconds, she's calling my phone. She calls me. My friend's sitting here. She busts out her phone and starts recording. Right as that's happening, a private number comes in. And like, the only person who would call me from a private number would be her, one of my attorneys, or the fucking police. Since she's on the phone, I just hit merge call. Well, it was that cop who had just fucking served me with the ex parte. He hit record on his body cam and he recorded the conversation from his end. She had me served with an ex parte. They called her and let her know I was served, and she called me immediately and was like, I didn't do it. You can hear it. I have the recording. I'll post it. I don't care anymore. And so I just told her, hey, the best you can hope for is I just don't testify. You need to get an attorney. Best of luck. Who'll work with me. Well, I did need her as a witness to my parenting for my daughter because, hey, let's face it. Say what you want about me and my relationship with this person, but I was the most consistent person in her son's life. Period. And she knows it. And the letter she wrote is God's honest truth. So I said, sign it and notarize it, and we'll write a letter for you. But her and I could never agree on the wording of this letter for her and her situation because she wanted me to perjure my fucking self. And I stood firm that, hey, nah, we're not going to lie. We're not going to make anything up. We're not going to say anything that isn't 100% fucking true. Well, her version of it was like, in my version, this is true. I'm like, yeah, but in reality, where I fucking live, you're not going to do that because you're going to get me in fucking trouble. More trouble than you've already got me into, and I am not going to do it. Nope. So that's when the coercion started, and she starts coercing me. Then I just told her, I said, okay, I tell you what, you type off what you think you want me to sign. She's like, is this good? Yeah, sure. Okay, I'm going to mail it to you. You get it notarized, sent back to me. I'm like, oh yeah, I'll sign it and notarize and send that right back to you. Knowing full well it was some bullshit and I'm not going to fucking sign it. Because it wasn't true. So what'd she do? Hacks into my shit and forwards it all to her fucking attorney from my fucking email address. And says, yeah, this is what he says. This is his statement. They sent it to Boone County prosecutor, who just drops the charges on her. Now, mind you, she wrote 2 letters for me, and I still had to plead out. Was that because I have 2 drug priors? One for marijuana that should be expunged, and one for psilocybin mushrooms right here in Boone County that's gonna get fucking expunged after all this? What? How did that get dropped? Because of a letter? That isn't even real? That I didn't even agree to? That I didn't agree to the wording of? That I didn't even fucking send? That's how they do shit in Boone County. Huh. Judge Tracy Gonzalez, DA Nick, whatever his name is, Roski or whatever. Hey, guess what, guys? Y'all are failing. I can't believe y'all should be put on trial for stealing taxpayer money because you get paid to do what you do to people, and it's a joke, it's a travesty, and it's stealing. You're thieves. You should not be reelected. Shouldn't have your positions in the first place if this is how you do business. Because you can go back and look at the July 21st and July 23rd Joint Communication Dispatch log. Look at the discovery, and you can just tell she's lying. I mean, everybody can. I don't know why y'all can't, or refuse to. But I'm at the point now where, I bonded out 3 times on the same fucking charge now? Because, that letter that she sent says that I was on the phone with her. And then all of a sudden I get a motion to revoke my probation for contact when she was fucking coercing me? You want to talk about men's mental health? Well, that triggers the fuck out of me. It makes me not want to live in this world. It makes me not want to live in a world where no one cares about the truth. And I've sat on this since July of 2021. I've sat and I've put the pieces together. Not in an obsessive way, but because it's still fucking with my life kind of way. Because I'm not like a player, but like, you know, I like to hang out a lot. And I hang out with a lot of women. I kind of relate to them more usually, except in this one instance, really. It just is what it is. I was raised in a house full of women, and I did have like, anyway, it doesn't matter. Like, I can't go out in public and like just have dinner. Because if somebody sees me with anyone, somebody saw me at a bar with a friend, they called my ex. And then they're getting an old bar and he was there and she was all messed up and he was acting inappropriate. And I was like, you know, if I'm ever with anyone and you think I'm acting inappropriate or untoward in regards to them in any way, call the fucking police. Don't call my ex. Like, that's real talk. And then they want to tell the bar owners, you shouldn't have him in your bar. Well, don't worry. I don't go in the fucking bar anymore and drink. Bar's fucking for losers. Sorry, bam, I'm out. Y'all can be the coolest kids at that playground. More real talk. Keeping it 100 in here. I went in. I filed for 3 ex partes on this woman who's harassed me, called me incessantly, coerced me after hitting my neighbor's car. My dog was outside. She could have hit my dog, could have hit any person that was out there, anything. Smashed right in the vehicle. It's on video. Still have the windshield wiper fluid reservoir sitting on my fucking porch. I haven't moved it. Hell, I didn't dust it for prints. I mean, her prints wouldn't be on it because she wouldn't fucking do that shit herself. But my point is like, they're doing a piss poor job and they're fucking railroading me. And I'm an honors student with fucking 3.65 GPA, Dean's List. The state of Missouri's paying for me to go to graduate school to get my master's degree. I don't have time for this. And like, I've made a lot of strides in my life. But the longer this drags on, the worse it is. And I told my attorney a year ago I didn't want to take that deal because, 1, I didn't do anything. I didn't do what I was accused of. And number 2, she wasn't going to leave me alone for 2 years. And I was like Babe Ruth calling a shot to right field. You know, if we want to talk about men's mental health, we want to talk about how men can be abused too. And how men stay silent because we're told to. And to be strong. And I kept my mouth shut since July. Really. Took the deal. I tried to go on about my business, get good grades in school, don't bother anybody. Everybody's still talking shit. She's still talking shit, still making up lies about me on the internet. My old counselor was commenting on one of the fucking threads, and I lost my shit. That's what spurred all of this in this most recent rash of everything. I'm like, no, fucking hell no. And I hit her up. I'm like, what the fuck? She's like, well, I only have her side of things. I'm like, yeah. Well, here, look at this. Oh my God. Jeremy, I'm so sorry. Yeah, I bet you are. Now help me. I talked to that person. I talked to her daughter who works at a place where, you know, I can hopefully get some traction in some of this. And then a friend comes over, and as I have my phone starts blowing up from a local musician who's calling me out saying I'm a misogynist and a shitty musician and Columbia, Missouri doesn't fucking need me because I'm a piece of shit for posting that. See? I don't give a fuck. I went up there. They issued the warrant, and I said, all right, it's go time. Called my attorney, had him ready. He put in a request for an OR. I went up there, turned myself in, and the judge that was hearing the case had called in, wasn't there. So I got transferred to another judge, and that judge couldn't issue the OR, so I had to fucking pay the $1,000 to get out. And when I went in the courtroom, she had dismissed my request for a fucking ex parte. So I walked right over to the circuit clerk's office and filled out the fucking shit for another one with all the proof of her blowing my phone up, her talking shit, you know, just like there's so much. Like, I don't even know. There's so much I think they're overwhelmed by it, and they're just like, nah. By 5 o'clock, they had denied that one. Like, it was 3:30 by the time I got it bonded out and filed the second ex parte of the day, and they denied that one too. That's when I realized there's no justice. So the next 3 weeks, the day before my birthday, March 1st, I have to go to Cass County for the ex parte she's filed on me. March 6th, I have to be in Boone County for the ex parte I filed on her. Then March 13th, I have to go to court for the probation violation. I go to fucking court 3 days this week. Oh yeah, and by the way, I still have to do all my shit for school. I still have to do all the shit around the house. I still have my dogs. I still have songs to write because, you know, it's what I do. I'm here to help people and to make music. and to help people by making music. And that's what my energy's best spent doing. That's where my true self is. All this is energy that's best spent on other things. And to have people coming at me like, I don't care what anybody thinks, so don't come at me and blow my fucking phone up. Why is it that she can have people come rip my screen door out? Why is it that she can have people calling me, telling me that I'm a misogynist? Well, you might be a little misogynistic too after all the fucking shit that I've been through. Like, I don't even have time to get into all of it. This is the Cliff's Notes version. The pertinent parts. You know, I'm tired and I'm frustrated. And I feel like I'm not being heard. You know, anybody that thinks that they're better than someone else because of their beliefs or because of what one person says about someone else, you're like, oh, that person's crazy or he's mean, he's sick. Well, you know, you might want to fucking take a look at yourself and look at who you're talking to and what you're listening to and what you're responding, what you're taking in. And the energy that you're dealing with. And even question the source. Because in this instance, I'm no saint. Far from it. But I didn't do what I'm accused of. And responding to a narcissist's abuse does not make me an abuser. With that, I'm going to sign off with, again, you know, we are people. We cause each other pain. It's what we do. It's suffering. It's a choice. People who are worth being in pain for won't make you suffer in that pain. They ease that suffering. They don't increase it. At any point in time, this person could have paid me my money, given me all of my stuff back, and we could have went on with our lives. But that got drawn out, and I got caught up in my own sense of rectitude, whether or not it was fair, and how I'm not the only person she's done this to. And if she gets away with it, she'll just do it again. So I was going to hold her down to the T of every dollar and every fucking t-shirt, every single fucking thing of mine that she still has. Now I don't care anymore. Fucking take it. You liar. You have your energy all lodged up in it anyway. I don't want your money that you got with the way you get your money. You know, you lie, you cheat, you use people and you manipulate. And you turn people against each other, and that's what she does. I don't want that stuff back with her energy. I don't want her money with what she does for it. I don't need it. She lies, she manipulates, and she turns people against each other. It's what she does. I was really good friends with her. I wasn't really good friends. I was good enough friends with her ex, and now he hates me. And then a really good friend of mine and I are distant now. That has a lot to do with some of that. And then another friend that was close to them is really kind of standoffish to me now in ways because of all of that. And that's just that's just the ones I care about. Now I've got other people coming at me that, you know, I'm like, well, who the fuck are you? And why the fuck are you? Man, fuck you. Like that I don't even give a shit anymore about that. It's the people I care about that it's affected, that, you know, really fucking breaks my heart. This fucking guy? Shit. Come on, putz. You're getting played, chump. You're getting played by a master, though. I mean, I got played. A lot of people got played by her. That's why when my ex-wife pretended to be sorry, my first ex-wife, my daughter's mom, pretended to be sorry. It's okay. She got me, too. People tried to warn me, but I was lost in myself. So, you know, when you have people that'll tell you what's really going on, and you may not like what it is that they're saying, maybe those are the people you need to listen to the hardest. People that are like, hey, I need you to be here and look at this and acknowledge this. I didn't listen to a few people that I should have listened to. And, you know, it's okay because I learned, and the people that I care about in this scenario are all doing well, and we're all happy. Like, I'm healthier and I'm happy. Like, we're all doing good and we're growing. And that's what makes it okay. It would be a tragedy. It would have, you know, everybody was all fucked up about it, and, you know, there was a bunch of bullshit. But really, for 23.5 hours out of the day, most of the time, I'm not even thinking about any of this because I have so much other shit going on. My band's writing a new album, you know, and the songs are great. You know, I'm excited about that. I'm excited about playing music again and getting to enjoy it for the first time in my life because I never really enjoyed the shows or anything. There's a whole lot of life left to be lived, you know, and a whole lot of really good times ahead. I'm going to get my degree. I'm going to get a killer job. I have this whole future ahead of me. Why in the fuck would I keep fucking with all this bullshit? Well, I haven't been. I just ignored it for the past year, and now it's all this. So I'm clearing the air. And this is the first ever podcast of Jeremy's World. And I will follow it up immediately with something of a more traditional nature. I don't know. I'll get like an interview of some sort of somebody here real quick. But this is episode 1. Appreciate y'all listening. This is going to be a fun little venture. I'm just going to do it when I can and see what happens. Right? It's all anybody can do. Hang out and see what happens. So be safe. Take care of each other. Best you can. Okay, so that was everything up through February. And I was still pissed. Obviously, you could hear that. There was a whole lot of salty commentary in that, right? Not nearly as salty now. It's a lot more of a matter-of-fact thing. My issue is now the fact that the Boone County justice system has pretty much failed at every level. And at first, I was really so upset and like, again, I get back to that word, rectitude, constantly. And I was caught up in my own rectitude of how I didn't do anything wrong and how what she said, I didn't do what she says I did. I did a lot of things wrong. I was really caught up in that, and I thought that they were kind of singling me out and targeting me. Well, after talking to some people and finding out, the reality is that this is standard operating procedure for Boone County, and I am not special at all. And ladies and gentlemen, that is probably scarier to me. That's much scarier. That is a deeper issue. It's like a miscarriage of justice, and they're supposed to be working for us. They're supposed to have our best interests at hand. They're supposed to be serving and protecting us. But that isn't what's happening. It's very much a for-profit system, and when they see a situation, they don't care about what really happened. They care about maximizing the amount of revenue they can pull out of it. I've got a really good look at the T-bone by sticking my head right up the butcher's ass in this situation. It's not pretty. So, here's the first recording. This is her after she hit my neighbor's car. And this is when she was trying to get me to agree. Well, you'll hear her coercing me. There's obstruction of justice, admitted at least twice, if not 3 times. She admitted that she hit my neighbor's car, that she was in the driveway after it happened, that I said so much in that driveway to her. She also admits to transferring prescription drugs to me. She admits that in July 2021, the only thing that happened was I stepped on her foot and she attacked me. And the reason why it escalated and she called the police was because I called her a whore. And I called her a whore because she was selling her body for money and drugs. And I don't control anybody. You can do what you want. If we have an agreement and I'm the one that's footing the bill for the drugs and a lot of the fucking shit in that house, and I'm not okay with that. And there needed to be some boundaries, and that was on me. So, anyway, you'll hear all that. And it's throughout all 3. So I'll play the first one and then I'll chime back in. Hey.
Literally, all I did was give a statement just like you did. Your statement can be erased. So can mine. Let's work together instead of escalating. Please.
So, even though you gave me the pills, you say I stole them. And you're
I didn't give you anything. You even admit yourself that I was under a blanket hoarding them. When I lifted up from the blanket, I didn't even realize you were gone.
I told you. I said, give me my pills. And you took all 3 bottles.
But they're not yours. They're my name.
No. My pills. The ones that you brought to give to me.
Okay.
Did you not agree to give me those? Yes or no?
Did you take them in the way in which was appropriate? Okay.
Okay, hey, I'm not going to argue with you. Fuck it.
No, you didn't, and that's fine, but we can work together to get through this.
Okay, did I say give me mine, and you said no and took all 3 and tried to use them to get me to come to you?
Jeremy, I was already naked in bed. That's how I sleep. You got there and I put on a blanket.
Okay. regardless, if you're not going to take your culpability in this, I don't know
No,
what to
I
tell you.
do, and I have, and you've been disregarding it and arguing with me
Okay.
about it, so we escalated. So why not just drop the act and work together? Just work together.
So you called the cops and lied to him about me again is my issue.
No, that's not true. Not in my perspective. Why else would I have done what I did?
He did it to retaliate because
No, not at all, because you took the wrong pill bottle. When I told you I wasn't ready,
I told you to give me my pills so I could leave, and you wanted me to stay.
I couldn't even, Jeremy, you should have just waited.
Well, you should have just, I guess, if you really felt like I stole from you, you should have called the police right then instead of showing up at my fucking house drunk and hitting my neighbor's car.
I have no admittance of hitting your neighbor's car.
I bet you don't.
Seriously, you want to know the truth? I do not own a Lexus. A Lexus is not in my name.
Okay.
So I don't know what you're talking about with some Lexus that hit some car.
Well, I don't know what you're talking about with some guy that stole some pills, because all I know is that the ones that I got were mine because somebody showed up in my fucking driveway.
Not in your name.
Oh yeah, well, what about the ones that somehow got traded to me then? Because if somebody grabbed the wrong one, who showed up in my fucking front yard leaking fucking fluid everywhere on camera trading a bottle of pills? Huh? If it was that big a deal.
So if it's trading pills with me, I mean, that right there, hello. Why would you even admit that?
I don't know. Why would
exactly.
Why would you call the police?
Because you did. I'm being charged with a felony, Jeremy, and then when I tried to talk to you about it, you called me a whore. That is not how you talk to a woman who lost 4 of your children. You talk to me like I am a decent human being, and we can have a conversation, and we can work together, which is what my entire theme of the conversation was. You kept escalating.
No,
you refused to put anything but blame on me. And when I asked you, hey, don't you think that your actions caused this? You turned it right back around on me. And
Allison, because you have no accountability for what you did.
No, that's not true. That's not true. I feel so much shame. I am absolutely accountable for my actions. I am in AA. I have quit drinking. And you're negating everything.
You're still saying that you didn't. And you're still saying you didn't do what you did. You're still saying, oh, I didn't do that. No, bitch, you showed up at my fucking house, wrecked into my neighbor's car while my dog was outside. I was scared for my fucking life.
I was scared for my life when you put your hands around my motherfucking throat, when you told me to die, when you told me to kill myself, and when you called me a baby killer. Do you want to continue this, or can we get along?
I mean, is that why you showed up at my house like that?
Can we get along?
Yes, we can get along.
Okay, so let's just drop it, both of us.
You call Officer Chestnut or what the fuck ever right now before I do.
You filed the police report first.
Yeah, well, so
call them and say it must have been somebody else. And then I will call and say, you know what? I think I misplaced the pills.
All right.
Okay.
All right.
Promise?
Promise.
Swear to God? You're not trying to fuck me over because I'm the terrible ex-wife that ruined your life and you can just call me a different type of trophy wife. You're not fucking with me?
Oh, no, I'm not fucking with you at all.
Do you have your fingers crossed behind your back?
No, I don't.
Tell me something that really, that I would know that makes you mean that.
Allison, I don't have anything like that. The trust is deteriorated. The foundational integrity of whatever it was that we thought we had is so far eroded now that I don't care if you trust me or not.
No, I do, and I'm trying to...
I don't give a shit.
No, if you are making a promise, I want to know that you're making a promise, please.
Promises don't mean anything between the two of us.
Okay, so are you going to do that or not?
Do what?
We have already made a deal that you would call
Oh,
him.
yeah. I'm going to call the police and tell them, whoops, my bad. I'm sorry. I must have been mistaken. It was somebody else that came out and threatened me and came at me on camera. I'll tell them that.
Why not? Why not just
because
say that
I don't
somebody
lie,
turned around
Allison.
in your...
I don't lie. I don't want to. I don't.
Listen to me, because it's not. Why not just say someone turned around in your driveway and walked away? Because that's exactly what happened. I turned around in your driveway and I went on.
Okay. Why did you come and turn around in my driveway then and went on?
So you're not going to call the police and stick
Allison,
up for me?
I already told you that I wasn't going to lie for you. I don't lie, and I have integrity, and I will not.
So the answer is no.
I will not perjure myself. I will not perjure myself. Listen, I am involved in a custody dispute with my daughter. And out of all the fucking court cases I've been through, and all the times I've been arrested, and all the depositions I've had to give, and all the statements and testimonies, and everything I've had to make through, you know what I've never been accused of? I've never been accused of fucking perjury. Because I don't lie, okay? When the shit goes down and everything's on the line, the last thing I can do is fucking lie. So the best that you can hope for from me is to not get me on the witness stand. And if you want to fucking tell the cops I stole your pills, I'm going to go open.
Oh, there is no witness. It's been dropped. It's over.
Is it? What's over?
He called Hayden, he called me, and he called the Airbnb host.
Okay.
There is no proof. So unless you personally want to pursue this and press charges, we can go, or we can just stop.
I'm not going to personally pursue anything, but I do know I've got a cop calling me, like, actively now because of you. So if you want to go, I will pursue this. Because
I'm not. That's what I'm begging you.
Yeah, no, you did. Go. You called the cops and you told them I stole from you.
That was hours ago. That was hours ago when you wouldn't stop and you called me a whore.
Oh, so I called you a whore, and that means you're going to retaliate by lying and saying I stole from you?
You did not have permission to take that.
No, okay, so because you wouldn't give me my bottle of pills and I had to fucking guess during a fucking altercation, you want to say that I'm stolen? And hold on. By the way, Allison,
was just walk away.
But Allison, guess what? When you turned around in my driveway, did we not make the exchange and you got the right bottle of pills and I got the right bottle of pills? So who stole what?
You accused me of so much in that driveway. That's unfair. Don't act like you're a fucking martyr. You tried to make me out like a villain.
I'm just saying I didn't steal from you because the right bottle of pills got given to me and you got your bottle back. Am I correct?
They were stolen out of 915 Hearst Avenue, and I had...
Did you get them back?
You know what?
Didn't we make the exchange on camera?
I went to Hayden's.
I know. Good for you. So what's your point? You went to Hayden's and you slept with your ex-husband.
Was safe. No, I was safe.
Okay. And you weren't not safe. I was never any danger to you. The only danger that you have is the consequences and repercussions of your actions.
You're not taking responsibility for your own actions. You should have just left and then talk to me about it later when I was in a right state of mind. Yes or no?
Did you call me and ask and say, hey, I'm drunk, I need a ride, and I have your pills? And literally promised me?
I called you and said, my phone is dead, you're the only number that I know and I need a ride home, but I don't know exactly where home is and I need help.
And I have your pills for you. Come give me a ride back to my Airbnb and I'll give you your pills. Literally. Am I right or wrong?
Jeremy, I don't know. And
because you were that fucking intoxicated, first of all.
Okay, but the point... Okay, that's fine. I was safe. I was fine. But in that moment, when a woman is that intoxicated, come on, man.
Yeah, come on, man. So when I got there and I said, okay, which one of these are mine? And you taken all your clothes off and you come at me with the blanket.
I was already having my clothes on. I don't like wearing clothes, and you know this. You were married to me.
Okay, anyway, and I had all three of them. You took all three and you put them down on the couch and laid on top of them with the blanket. And you said, no, come get them. And then I was like, I'm not going to do that. This isn't what I'm doing. And you go, I think you should leave. And I said, okay.
If you call the officer and say, I may have been mistaken, I will call the officer and say you did not steal them.
Allison, you better call the officer and tell him that you didn't steal them, or I'm playing. No, If you
get this felony off my record.
Fuck you. You get your own felony off your record. I didn't get drunk and get behind the wheel of the car.
I didn't steal medication from a mentally ill patient who has a history of killing herself. You are a lowlife. Fix it now, or else we can go full scorched earth, or we can work together.
Well, I've been trying to work with you, and it's gotten me nowhere.
But you're not. You're only arguing with me. How are we going to fix this?
Well, see, we were talking about you getting the ex partes dropped off of my record, fixing my issues.
And when I tried, I was going to pay a lawyer today. And when I sat in his office, and the first thing that he gave to me was your statement. Huh.
Okay.
So do you want to try again?
Yeah, the difference between my statement and your statement is you lied to the police about me twice, and it could cost me custody of my daughter. Me, I told the truth because I was afraid to lie.
I will be a character witness for your parenting skills. I have said that from day one. I was at a lawyer's office trying my ass off, and then I saw the words that you wrote.
I didn't write a fucking thing. They told me.
Bullshit.
Okay.
You gave a full testimony, and it is in quotes.
I gave a statement, yes.
Okay.
But I can't perjure myself. I've never asked you to lie for me, Allison.
Bullshit. Those bruises on your neck are from sex, baby. Okay, sure. Yeah,
They were.
They were not. You're smart enough to know to not put handprints on my neck during sex.
Then I'd be smart enough not to do it if I were to ever lay hands on you during an altercation, too, but I didn't.
I have full handprint pictures. Jeremy, just stop.
Who else were you with while we were together that did that?
Don't even start with me. Take accountability for your actions. You want me to take accountability for mine? Don't even start this with me.
Well, listen. All I know is that responding to a narcissist's abuse does not make me an abuser.
One time, we were in your car and you were smoking a joint and we were listening to music. And I had just had that abortion 2 months ago, maybe not even 6 months, 6 weeks prior. And I said, Jeremy, I think I'm depressed. And you took that joint out of your mouth. You've put your hand into a fist. And at the top of your lungs, you said, I don't want to talk about your feelings anymore. That is how you treated me.
Actually, I remember it, and I went, shut the fuck up, is what I said.
Yeah, which is a super helpful response.
I know, and you know what, Allison, listen, I was really sick, too. I was really sick and toxic, too. Yes.
Yeah, and we both made mistakes.
Yes, and I didn't want to deal with my feelings.
Together.
Because I can't deal with this kind of working together, this tit for tat. You know,
I'm not doing tit for tat. You should have said, I don't know, in the police report. End of story. Just like I should have said different things in my police report. End of story. Okay, none of this should be escalated. And now what are we going to do moving forward?
You got your bottle of pills back, and I got mine, and nobody stole anything from anyone. Especially since that.
You forcefully took them out of the Airbnb, and I can change my statement if you want to change yours.
I grabbed the wrong bottle, yeah, and then you wrecked into my neighbor's car on the way here to get it back, and I was so scared.
I do not accept that. My car is not in the shop.
Well, I bet not.
My
but
car
I bet
is just fine. My car went to Arrowhead the next day. There are pictures of it. And I sent it to my lawyer, the officer, I mean, you name it. My car is not wrecked. And so I don't know what you're talking about, but my car is fine.
Okay. Well, I don't know what you're talking about with your pills then either. So whatever. You got your
The
pills.
Airbnb does. Oh, the Airbnb does. Indoor cameras. Hello.
Cool.
So seriously, this is what I'm saying. We can escalate or we can stop.
Oh, no, we can escalate because if you've got all this evidence on me, let's go to court. Let's do it.
I don't want to,
I
Jeremy.
bet you
I want
fucking
to
don't.
forgive and no, stop.
I bet you fucking don't.
I want to forgive. I am a peaceful human being. I am just nothing but a polite and kind and innocent person until I'm pushed, and I know you're the same way. So let's stop pushing. Let's work together to get ourselves through this situation that we got ourselves into.
I have nothing to hide. I can be completely transparent in everything that I've done, and I don't care. I will let the chips fall where they may.
What does that mean? Are you threatening me?
No, I'm just saying that I will let the truth be the truth. That is not a threat at all.
What does that mean? I mean, like, I need you to expand. Like, your little nuances or whatever, they're, like, not working for me. What?
It means I don't want to fucking work with you. It means tell the police whatever in the fuck you think you want to tell them, but we'll prove what really happened. And then I'll prove that you lied in July. I'll prove that you lied in October. I'll prove that you're lying now.
Why don't you just stop? Why do you want to... Listen, Jeremy, I'm serious. If I'm the worst thing that ever happened to you, why do you keep forcing yourself in my life in an escalated situation that only makes me want to hurt myself? Why do you do that? If I was the worst thing that ever happened to you, leave me the fuck alone based on logic. But you can't, because I'm not the worst thing that ever happened to you, because you have an emotional connection to me that you cannot let go. That is the truth.
Allison, you asked me if you could stay here after that wedding, and I said no.
Yeah, because my hand was inside your asshole the weekend before. So I thought it was an appropriate question.
And then you called me anyway after the wedding.
My phone wasn't working, and you're the only number I have memorized.
Yeah, but
I told the officer that too. 100.
But it was your phone number that you called me from, so it was obviously working.
The internet wasn't working. No, you're not listening. The internet was not. I had no access to where my Airbnb was. I had no way to call an Uber. I had no, like, my phone, like the actual, you know, like, I know that these are computers, but the actual phone part was working.
Even
but
though
everything
you'd
else
been
was not.
even though you'd been texting with Bobbert couldn't come pick you up and bring you over there.
Okay, so like what I said was my phone part was working. Everything network-wise was not. I could not order an Uber. I don't even know how to get on the Airbnb. I have to find my address. No, listen to me.
Any other person in your phone except me. All those people that you were at the fucking party with, Holland, who wasn't drinking, all these fucking people you could have called. But you called me.
Because
Why?
Because you already know why, Jeremy. You're the only number I have memorized. I needed.
You had access to every other number in your phone. You had been texting Bobbert while waiting for me.
Bobbert is a good friend of mine, and I'm sorry.
Bobbert is in love with you and thinks he has a shot.
He does not, and I told him that. So please stop with the accusations.
No.
Let's just work together.
I don't care. You can fuck Bobbert. It's okay.
I don't want to. I don't want to be touched. I have been touched since I was 3 years old. That is 30 years. I want to be left the fuck alone. I want to fall in love with myself. And I swear to God, this is some of the most honest situations that have ever come out of my mouth. And if you ever accuse me or treat me like this again, Jeremy, I swear to God I will lose it. You need to respect me. You need to respect the changes that I've made. And every time you do otherwise, it is a massive disrespect. I have been raped. molested, homeless. I have been used. And for you to use that against me is one of the lowest forms that a human being in the mental health field could ever do. And you're doing it on purpose.
I apologize.
You are about... I can't even finish that sentence.
Take a breath.
Don't ever say anything like that to me again. I do not want to be touched. And I have said this over and over and over again, but I'm still just a whore. I'm a worthless whore. I'm a whore. I'm a whore. I get it, because you say it every fucking time you talk to me.
I have my own trauma.
But that does not mean that you get to call me names. I have my own trauma too, but I do not call you every single name in the book that I could possibly call you, because I have
lie to the
respect and
police.
self-restraint.
No, you don't. You lie to the police about me every fucking time you talk to him.
Then stop escalating and treat me like a human being who lost 4 of your children.
Quit lying to the police about me and start fixing it now.
Stop escalating it.
Call that cop.
You know...
Call
what?
that cop. Call that cop right now and fucking tell him I didn't steal your pills because you got them back. We traded.
You call the cop right now and say that it was a mistake and I gave her pills back. You already told me that you would call the police and have this dropped and say, you know what? I don't actually know. It may not have been her, but yeah, I took her pills and we got them back. The end.
Allison, you can't ask me to perjure myself. That's coercion. That's another felony.
Okay,
Don't do that.
but in my opinion, in my version, you stole my pills and I had to go after them. Like, do you not understand? Like, I'm not burglarizing myself.
Okay,
what do you not understand about this? So we need to work together.
But in your version, you're leaving off the end where you pulled into my driveway and I gave you your pills and you gave me mine and we both had the right bottle.
I would never, ever have had to even call you if you would have just walked away and contacted me in the morning when I was capable of having a conversation. And you know that.
I'm tired of having to make concessions for people who are drunk. And you told me on the phone if I came and picked you up and took you to your Airbnb, you would give me my pills. So I was just trying to hold you to what you said.
But then you started a fight.
No, I went to the bathroom and took a piss.
Bullshit. I got a text message and then on the way home, I was a whore and this and that and the other. Bullshit.
Okay, this is going nowhere.
What I'm saying is that we both could have handled everything differently, and we need to work together to fix this.
But only one of us is lying to the police about the other.
If you want me, no, that's my version. That is you cannot tell me that if your feelings are valid,
Allison,
then so are mine.
You've got a history.
If you want me to call the police and say, hey, I ended up getting my pills back, you need to call and say, hey, I must have made a mistake because I don't care what you have to say. And you have said these exact words to me before. You have told me to tell the police that your hands were not around my throat.
Allison, you lied to him. You lied to him. Yeah, they were around your throat during sex.
No! The top of the stairs. Please don't. Please don't. Please don't. You have asked me to lie. I'm not asking you to lie. What I'm saying is that if you want me to fix this, you need to fix that.
So you're asking me to lie for you?
No, not at all. I'm saying it was a mistake. What part of that was not a mistake? Answer me.
Oh, it was all mistakes. Everything was a mistake.
Then just say that. I'm sorry. I made a mistake. I must have made a mistake. And then I'll call and be like, you know what? I actually found my pills, man. My bad. End of story.
Why can't we just tell the truth?
That is the truth. We made a mistake. I got my pills back. The end.
That doesn't... But that's not what happened.
Do you really want... Okay, listen to me. You're 43 years old. You've been through the system. Do you really want to tell the police everything? Is that really what you want to do, Jeremy Hunsaker?
No, it's not. But Allison, what you're telling me to do is going to get me in trouble, and there's no reason to implicate. Yeah.
No, it's not. You gave a statement at 12:30 p.m. It was a mistake. What I may have been mistaken, Your Honor. I may have been. Yeah, I was on the phone with her, but that was it. I may have made a mistake. That's it.
What happens if you just get up ahead of this, get an attorney yourself, and just plead out, and you get an SIS because you've never been in trouble before, and you go on about your merry way because it doesn't go on your record and it doesn't make you lose your job?
Okay, I can absolutely do that, but I will not be able to pay you.
But you owe me.
But do you get where I'm coming from? You can either call the police and say, man, I made a mistake. It may have been anybody, my bad. And then I can call the police and say, hey, I'm moving. I ended up finding my pills. My bad. End of story.
No, if they got me on camera over there at the old Airbnb stealing from you, then I'm fucked, man. They're putting me in the big house.
You're the one that started this by saying that I'm on Airbnb at your house.
Huh? How did I start what? What did I start?
The war? Earlier today when you were screaming at me? Oh, well, that's not according to the other Ring cameras where you're perfectly and still screaming at me. Okay, cool. I mean, seriously, all of this was unnecessary. So if we want to work together, let's call the police. Hey, I made a mistake. Yeah, I was on the phone with her. It could have been anybody.
Let's do it at the same time. Call them right now. Let's do it.
Okay, but the last time I asked you this, you started an argument. Are you actually being serious?
Yes.
Swear on something.
I mean,
Our babies.
Oh, fuck. Okay, I swear on our babies.
Promise me?
Promise you. Swear on Charlie.
Okay. You mean that?
I do.
Are you gonna fuck me over?
No, Allison.
Okay. Then I promise you. Jeremy, I may not have wanted to walk into that courtroom and do it the way that we did, but I wanted to marry you. I really do mean it when I said that I would have done anything for you. I would live with you. And in this situation right here, where we get ourselves out of bullshit, we can continue to work together to get your baby. That is my point. You feel me? Or we can keep escalating and you can keep threatening me and we can just go on and on and on. I would really, really love the type of dynamic relationship with you where we actually get along and work together. I said this from the beginning. You have to stop talking down to me because that is a huge trigger for me. Obviously.
Yeah, fuck, you'll call the cops and lie about me.
I did not lie. My feelings were that I had been stolen from.
But if you got your property back, then if it was it was a mistake. I grabbed the wrong bottle on the way out the door. And when you said you grabbed the wrong bottle, I need that one back. I'm coming to get yours. I was fine. Walked out there and I gave it to you. And you gave me mine, right? And you got yours back.
We don't need to tell the police that.
Okay.
You made a mistake. Yes, I was on the phone with her. But I don't think it was her. Or whatever. You have to say, like, it was a mistake. You know, and then I can call and say, hey, I found my pills.
Okay.
We cannot call him at the same time, obviously. So call me when you get off the phone and I'll call him.
You call him first, and then I'll call.
After the report that I got today, Jeremy, I respectfully would like it if you would call first.
Okay. I'll call first then.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Call me when you're done and I will make the phone call. And I will, like, show you screenshots, whatever, which I would actually appreciate as well.
Okay.
What?
I said okay.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
What were you going to say?
I said okay. I'm going to call him now.
Okay.
Alright.
Thank you.
Time is, let's see here. It is right now 11:03 p.m. It is December 5th, 2022. That was calling Jeremy Hunsaker. Alright, and so where we're at now is she basically, obviously you heard, called and lied to the police and said I stole her pills when I didn't, because she had a felony filed on her for hitting my neighbor's fucking car. Her way of solving this was that I was supposed to call them and say that I didn't know who it was that was in the driveway, and she was going to call and tell them that she found her pills. Well, I had no intention of calling the fucking police, and I didn't call the police. I just waited a while and then called her back and said, yep, I had a little white lie, and in this instance, it's not something I feel great about, but I have no real obligation to this person to be honest and forthright and transparent anymore at that point. Like, we'd barreled far beyond that. Yeah, so I called her back, and here's that phone call.
First, I'm like, I need to talk to you. I need to talk to you about something very serious. And I tell him everything, and I send him all the documentation, and I'm like, here's the back. Because I went to somebody new. I was like, here's all the documentation, you know, that you're going to need pertaining to this case, not in general, just, you know. And he goes, so let's talk about this, blah, 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 blah. He's like, okay, I understand. He goes, so here's something I want you to know before we move forward, because this guy that you're trying to help, well, and then he just hands me a 3-page police report of your statement, and I was like, oh. So then I called you. I said I wanted to talk to you. I said I wanted to have a conversation. I said I wanted to talk it out. The escalations began. You threatened me. You called me a whore. That's why I called the police, and that's exactly how it went down.
And, you know, the only reason why I gave that statement was because a cop showed up to serve me with a fucking ex parte based on lies.
No, the statement that you gave was at November 13th. No, that's a lie.
The statement I gave, they didn't even talk to me in person. On November 13th. I did not speak to a cop in person on November 13th. So their report is a lie.
So do you see how this turns back around onto where you think that the cops are telling you everything that, like, oh, out this, out that, and you still believe them and blame me, but you're going to sit here and...
No, I know how they lie and twist things up to fuck with people. That's why I wouldn't have called them. That's why I didn't want to call them.
But then you throw it in my face. Well, the police said, I don't give a fuck.
Well, but you're the one that called them, and you did lie, and you did set that up with Lissa.
No, I did not. That's not true. My son went to Lissa's house, and Lissa called the police, and she and I have had this conversation. I'm not going to defend myself. Okay.
So why were you leaving? Then why did you leave that day?
I don't have an answer for you, but I had no anticipation of what was about to happen, and when it did happen, I walked Like, I didn't leave. It's not like I abandoned you. And in fact, hey, hi, hello, who bails you out? Fuck. I am not your enemy. I understand that you have these wild conspiracy theories about me. I wish you understood. I don't even know. I don't even know.
I don't either, because the wild conspiracy theories, the longer we get into it, the more the conspiracy looks to be a conspiracy and not a theory.
No. You're spending more time thinking about it instead of focusing on the future or the present. You spend more time thinking about how did Alice fuck me over than how can we fix this. And that's why we keep escalating. It's a patternized behavior.
Well, I need to get these ex partes off my record immediately.
And we already have a plan. You are the one. It is your, and I say this with love, it is your record. You have to call the police. I'm sorry, the lawyer. I've already told you, I will help you. In fact, I was at a lawyer's office today trying to see what I could do when I got bombarded. So, I am trying to help you. I'm keeping my word. And then it escalated. So we need to break the cycle of abuse. That is what I have been trying to say, oh my God, forever.
I know, but...
No, there is no but. Break the cycle of abuse. There is no but. Break the cycle of abuse. I made my expectations very clear. I want to have a conversation with you when you're in a clear mind. I want to talk to you.
Okay.
I want to have a conversation with you.
Okay.
At no point was I escalated when I was like, you motherfucking... No, that's not how I act. We can have a decent conversation like adults who have been through some bullshit, and we can work together. And you decided not to. And I'm sorry to put it that way. I get that we're talking now, but do you get where I'm coming from at the time? When you're calling me names and screaming at me, do you get where I'm going from?
Not really, because no matter what anybody's ever said to me, it's never made me call the police and lie about them.
No, I didn't lie, Jeremy, and I firmly believe when I came out, you were gone. I thought I had been stolen from, so I retrieved my items.
After that, but Allison,
I made a mistake, and that's the police statement. The end.
Allison.
You made a mistake. I made a mistake. That's the police statement. The end. Heard.
Okay, call him and tell him you made a mistake then.
You said you didn't even talk to him.
Well, I'm still waiting on a call back.
Sorry, I choked. So am I.
Oh, have you already called him?
When you said, I will call them right now, I made my promise and called. It was the dispatch. Yeah, we'll have him call you when he gets a chance.
Alright, call him again and tell him it's important.
Jeremy, it is 11:30 at midnight.
If he's on duty, it's fine.
What?
Okay, get some rest. It'll be okay. Everything's gonna be just fine, Allison.
No, they're charging me with felony. It's not gonna be okay. I will kill myself.
You're not. Listen to me. You're gonna get an attorney?
No, you're gonna drop this. You're gonna say I made a mistake.
I'm just not gonna testify for them. I'm not gonna testify against you.
But you're going to call back and say, hey, it was a huge mistake. Maybe it wasn't her.
Okay. But even if they do charge you, you get an attorney, you pay them, and you're going to plead out. Look, they can't prove that you were drunk and driving. Okay?
They can't prove that I hit it.
Okay, so exactly. So at worst case scenario...
You do not have video that I hit that car. You do not have video of my face.
No, I don't have video of your face. I didn't even see any. But it doesn't matter. Listen, I'm telling you.
It's in the police report. They watched the Ring camera, and I know exactly what they have.
So anyway, at worst case scenario, you're going to get probation with an SIS, which means if you complete your probation with no issues, it just goes away. It goes off your record.
It's not going to happen because you're going to call and say I made a mistake.
You wrote 2 letters, and I still had to plead out to a fucking peace disturbance, and I'm on 2 years of probation with an SIS.
So this is retaliation.
No, Allison. I'm just telling you what's going to fucking happen.
But you've already promised me that you would tell them.
Great, and you promised me that you would tell them, and I still got hit with the shit.
I did tell them.
I know you did. I saw the letters. Thank you. That doesn't stop them from fucking hitting you with whatever the fuck. Once they file charges, they're going to stick you with something.
No charges have been pressed because there's nothing on me.
So then what the fuck are you talking about?
You've been trying for weeks to ruin my reputation, my career, and my life, and I have those words I have it saved.
No, Allison.
I haven't been trying. From my perspective, that's what you've been preaching for weeks, and then I get this 3-page document.
Okay, so one.
What else was I supposed to think?
Okay, you're supposed to think, damn, these are the consequences and repercussions of my actions. 1.
No, he went against his word because he told me that he wasn't going to say anything. We had a deal.
2, what is this statement? What is this document? What is it? Just a piece of paper?
I tried to read it to you and you interrupted me and called me names.
No, take a picture and send it to me. I want to know what it is.
It's on CaseNet, Jeremy.
Then you are being charged.
No, I'm not. There's nothing to charge me with. There's no warrant, and there's nothing going on.
Then it wouldn't be on CaseNet.
Hayden has already been interviewed.
Then what? Then what is this piece of paper? Is it a
you
warning?
You saw the police report. That's public record.
Oh, so it's just a police report. Then who gives a shit?
I do. I have a huge future ahead of me.
Yeah, I did too, until some fucking bitch got a fucking wild hair press and wanted to lie to cops about me.
If you call me names one more time,
then stop fucking acting like you're the. And so obviously, she sent the letter, and I have it still unopened. I never opened the letter. I never signed it. I never agreed to the wording of it. And so she hacked into my email and forwarded the email from my email address to her attorney and basically signed off on it for me in so many words. And her attorney, Ben Faber, went with it. All right, cool, we're good. And somehow that slick motherfucker got those charges dropped. And the reality is, I didn't do what she accused me of. I did not do what she accused me of. We can prove that. I paid an attorney. I paid 2 good attorneys. And then a third one almost worked pro bono. And the best we could do is get me a deal, even after she wrote 2 letters exonerating me, supposedly. And I didn't actually do it, and the evidence proves that. They don't care. They don't care what actually happened. Because guess what? I'll pay to stay out. I'll pay to make it go away. And once they got somebody kind of in the probationary system or whatever, they can just do whatever they want. File charges on contact, which obviously I had, but I was never a danger to this person. And this person owes me a lot of money, and this person still tries to contact me and still has people trying to contact me to this day. Won't leave me alone. She owes me like $50,000 fucking dollars. $50,000. And so much of my shit that I still don't have, my mini fridge, my spin cleans, my record cleaners, my bass drum pedal that she apparently gave to some other dude that she was banging, my Rolling Stones 50th anniversary t-shirt that she wears in her pics online as like a taunt, and told me this, you hear it, that was a clapback. Her wearing my shirt in those pictures was a clapback to me for calling her a little girl. So that's the kind of tit for tat bullshit that it really devolved into. And I don't have any pride in taking part in it. But man, after fucking over a year of dealing with it and just trying to ignore it and trying to move on with my life, I fucking snapped. I'd had enough. And once they filed that probation violation on me, I was throwing the gloves off. I did. And I dry snitched on her and got her fired from her fucking job. So she went full on scorched earth and just had me canceled. Called all the troops. Got all the drunken, dope-headed floozies of fucking Columbia, Missouri to cancel me. He's an abuser, blah, blah, blah. Shit. Not a single fucking person can say that they were in danger around me. Not even a single woman, not a single person. Yeah, you can't find anybody to say anything different. You know, even the people that are talking shit, if they stopped and thought about it, I've never been that person. Not once. And I wasn't when I was with her. Shit escalated. It got out of hand. Fuck yeah, it did. That seems to be a way of life for her. Fuck, she's the one that has several ex partes out on dudes. Y'all ever wonder how every fucking guy she's with is so abusive? It's just the worst thing ever. You ever wonder how that fucking happens? It's not them. It's her. She manipulates it. She cultivates it. It's what she does. And once the shit blew out, I fucking tried to ignore it. Even when I was with her, I thought, oh, this shit's got to die down at some time, right? But whenever we tried to get marriage counseling, this was fucking funny. Y'all love this. You know, they see you guys individually and then they see you together and then they decide whether or not they're going to see you as a couple. They told us together that they wouldn't see us together, but that they would see me individually. And they had their criteria for why that is. But the reality was they did not want to fucking deal with her. And that's a fact. First thing the girl that I saw said was like, why do you even want to stay with this person? So, yeah, there was so much just bullshit and diffusion that, anyway, it was me fighting a losing battle. And I stayed there because of her son at that point. That's the only reason why. And I was broke and I was scared. And there was just so much shit. You know, when you're abused, it becomes this thing. You know, it's a hard thing to get out from under, especially when you have the other issues that I had, you know, going on with CPTSD and trauma and you're in a traumatic situation. And the reality is, I was conditioned into that. I didn't know anything other than that on some level. All of the relationships that I'd had with women going back to my mother were manipulative and were contingent. And I thought that's what quote unquote love was. Ha! You know, thank Christ I'm not in that boat anymore. There's a whole wonderful life out here, and there's a world full of real love, actual love, of people that will reciprocate real love without expecting anything of you other than to love them back. That's it. That's all. And that's the way it's supposed to be, right? You don't own people. She can't own me, that's for sure. I've proven time and time again I'm stone free, and it's not like, oh, I've got to be, you know, with XYZ, or I've got to do all these other things and wild out. It's, I have to be completely accepted for me. And until I could completely accept me for myself and how I am and love me, that was impossible for anybody else to. Facts. I'm not mad at anyone, and I don't hate anyone because I don't have hate in my heart. I want everyone to heal. Some people have to heal way the fuck far away from me, and I would love it if they'd give me my shit back, my money. Fucking pay me my money. Give me my shit back. It's really simple. Doesn't have to be any more complicated, but we've got this. So this is after all this other shit. This is what led up to the big blow up. I want to know why you lied. Why you called the police and set that all up.
Take everything down off Facebook.
You got to talk to me first.
Take it down first.
No.
Yes.
I can take it down real quick.
Please.
You know?
Jeremy.
Talk to me. Tell me why you lied to them, why you called them and set me up, why you fed me full of acid and had them arrest me.
I did not do that. Delete it right now.
So you're saying that the lieutenant that I spoke with on Friday was lying?
I don't know who you spoke with or what he said, so there's no way I can confirm or deny that. Delete it.
Well, what he said was...
Delete the stuff off Facebook. I'm not doing this right now. I'm not doing it.
Are you on a date?
No, I'm at home with my child. He's having a sleepover because it's fucking birthday weekend.
Good. You know what? You need to deal with this.
Delete it.
No, if you're not going to talk to me and tell me why you fucking set me up and why you lied about me...
I'm more than willing to talk to you, but I want it deleted, please.
I mean, then you need to talk to me and I will take it down. I'll take my whole page down.
I already am.
So tell me why you lied to the police. Why did you set me up on the 20th?
Delete it. Delete it.
No, you won't talk to me.
Yes, I am.
Then tell me why you lied.
Delete it. And I'll tell you everything you want to know.
It's going to deactivate my whole page.
Delete it.
I will, but I've got to deactivate it right now just to get rid of it.
No, you just delete it. You just click delete.
Alright, that one's deleted. That one's deleted.
No, to every single one of your accounts that you uploaded it to.
I am. That's why I'm deactivating the one account, because it takes my artist page down too. Alright, so, now, let's talk.
Okay? I lied to you because I was afraid of you.
No, why did you lie in July of 2021 and set me up?
I don't know what I said. I don't know what I said. No, I'm being dead ass.
So I know you didn't know what you said to the police. But here's what happened. Like on July 21st, on July 21st.
Nothing can be done about it right now.
What?
Nothing about that can be done right now. It's 2023.
Allison, they have issued a warrant for my arrest.
Not based off that, though, because you called me at work in front of... Jeremy, you called me at work in front of the police.
I don't fucking care. You owe me money.
But that's why this all started.
No, it isn't.
I don't mean all of it, but I mean the most recent.
No, it isn't.
Yeah.
It was after you hit that car. It was retribution. You
I didn't hit the car.
Whatever. If you're going to lie to me, then I'm putting everything back up and I'm going full on scorched earth after your ass.
I'm telling you, like,
Okay, Allison, shut the fuck up. You hit the car. I know it. You know it. Don't lie to me. If you're going to play that stupid shit, good luck. I have a fucking warrant out.
So why are you trying to be... You don't have a warrant out. No, you don't.
Ma'am, they issued a warrant yesterday for my arrest for a probation violation.
So why aren't you trying to work with me? Why are you working?
Well, I am trying to work with you, but now I need money to pay an attorney. And if I don't get... Look, this is what's going to happen. They're going to bring those charges back, and they're going to charge me. And so listen, shut the fuck up and listen to me. Let me tell you. On July 21st of 2021, the cops got called twice. I called them. They showed up, and you cussed at them. And they left. And they said, yeah, we're going to call this mutual combatants.
Yes, I remember that.
Remember that? Okay, and so then your fat fucking cunt, whore, liberal, bitch, fucking neighbor called them when I showed back up. And they came outside and they stood and listened to us. And then they left again. So then you and Lissa set it up for them to come and arrest me on the 23rd.
No, I did not.
Yes, you did.
I had no part of that.
Okay, well, that's what the lieutenant said, that you're the one that called it in. And you're right. I don't think there was until at 1 o'clock p.m. on the 23rd when you were leaving school after we had been up all night having sex and doing LSD. And then you went and taught kids and came home and had me arrested after giving me more acid.
I didn't give you anything because I'm not the one that supplied anything.
Okay, shut up. So somehow on the 21st, the cops were there and didn't see any bruises and didn't have any neck, and you were cussing at them, screaming at them, told them to leave, and then they show back up on the 23rd, walk in the door without a warrant, fucking arrest me, and then go inside and start talking to you, and you give them this story about how I did all this on the 21st. Well, you know what? There isn't even an incident report from the 21st because nothing happened.
I don't call the police.
Well, the cops were there twice and nothing happened. They said that you called them. So are you saying that you did not call the police on July 23rd of 2021?
Jeremy, you're not going to entrap me. I'm not saying
entrapping you. Did you or did you not? It's yes or no. Did you do it?
I already answered the question.
No, to answer it again. Did you call the police on me on July 23rd of 2021?
Jeremy, I don't know if I did, but in my heart of hearts, I don't think that I would have called the police on you.
Well, you did. And then somehow, all of a sudden, all the marks that were on you were from me beating you up on the 21st, even though the cops were there on the 21st and didn't even file. You know, I had to go to Boone County Joint Communication on Friday before class and get the dispatch report because that's the only fucking record of them being there on the 21st. So now I have to get a subpoena and get a deposition for the police officers that came there on the 21st that you cussed at, because I'm going to have to prove that you lied. The only way you have to avoid this is by getting out in front of it and telling everybody the truth.
Avoiding what?
Allison, you coerced me. You fucking lied to me. You lied to the police. You got me involved in this. You've ruined my fucking life. And I have a recording of you coercing me. And then I have that letter that you sent. And then the fact that you went ahead and sent that over to the fucking prosecutor. When I told you specifically that I didn't agree to the wording in it. Why did you do that?
What over to the prosecutor?
The email that you sent to the prosecutor that was the letter from me.
I have it in writing that
so why'd
you wrote it.
But I told you that wasn't what I fucking wanted it to say. We were collaborating. No, why did you send that over? That was not fucking to be sent over. That's bullshit, Allison. That's fucking dirty, low down, dirty fucking pool. I already told you I will not perjure myself and I will not agree to the wording of I don't remember what happened. I literally said
What are you even talking about?
When you hit my neighbor's car.
You're the only one that said that I was at that scene. You wrote a letter recanting your statement.
No, I didn't write. I didn't. I know I didn't.
Writing.
And Allison, you admitted you were in my driveway.
No, I didn't. To who?
You admitted it to me.
You picked me up and brought me back to your house.
No, I brought you to your Airbnb. Remember how I'm on the camera there? And then I left, and then you left the Airbnb and got in your car and came after me?
Jeremy, I think you're sorely mistaken because I stayed the night with Hayden that night.
I know you fucked your ex-husband. Good for you.
And said I fucked my ex-husband. I said I stayed.
Good. Good for you. So why didn't you go back to your Airbnb?
Are you just mad because of Gavin Rossdale?
Why did you fuck Gavin Rossdale?
No, I didn't. No, but you stalk me on Facebook so much. I know you know.
I don't stalk you on Facebook, and I have no fucking idea. I don't care what you do. I want my money. I need to pay an attorney.
I want you to stop harassing me.
Well,
I want
I want to go on with my life and not have people fucking lying about me. I've been wanting you to tell the truth for fucking 2 years now.
And stop being so angry with me if you want me to be on your side.
No, I don't. It's not about sides. It's about telling the fucking truth and doing what's right.
I have, and I will, and I am.
When?
I even wrote a letter for you. Good dad. What? Are you making fun of me?
Fuck yes, I'm making fun of your stupid ass.
You're not going to make fun of me. We're not going to fight. I'm not going to argue with you.
Then keep it real. You know? Like, don't act like that to me. You know, like, you lied about me. You lied to the police. You and Lissa set that up.
I had no part in it.
Then how did it happen? How is it that the lieutenant said that you called him?
I don't know.
Really?
Why? Really? Do you think that he really remembers a specific phone call from 2.5 years ago?
No, he went and checked the logs. I asked him, who called that call in on the 23rd? Because you know what I found out when I went through all my discovery and everything? That not once is it mentioned that you didn't tell them on the 23rd that the police had been there on the 21st. You know, you were like, oh, he did it on the 21st. He did it on Wednesday. You didn't say the cops had been there twice. Because they would have fucking checked with other cops and found out I was telling the truth right then.
You are not even being reasonable.
Allison, why did you do this to me? Why did you call the police on the 23rd?
First of all, I didn't call the police on the 23rd. Second of all, why did you hurt me so badly? Because you resented me.
No, Allison, because fucking you hit me and you grabbed me and you clawed me and I was tired of being under attack. So, like,
that's beyond not true.
It even says in the fucking police report that you grabbed me first.
It's defense wounds.
No.
In your mugshot, that giant scratch on your face, yes.
Okay, Allison. I get it.
I'm
the big bad monster. I'm the one with a history of stalking people and attacking people and being fucking violent, right?
I never said that. I said that you hurt me the one time. And you know you did.
Yeah, that was a response to you hurting me a lot of times. And then that day, yeah, you did. Yes, you did, and you know it. Both times I got arrested, you punched me first.
As much as I would really love to sit here and argue with you all night, I really can't.
Well, I need you to send me some money. Like today. Like a substantial amount. Because I have to pay for an attorney now because of your lies. Again. And this is costing me more money. So if you don't want to give me the money willingly, I will be forced to fucking sue you civilly. And I think I've got a pretty good case. I mean, I definitely have a good case because of all the shit of mine that you have. Like my t-shirts that you stretched out that you lied to me about.
I didn't stretch anything out. I didn't lie to you. I found them and added them to a box. You're not listening.
Then get them shipped to me tomorrow.
I can't. The box is too heavy. I also found a box of your books, and I want my books back.
Great. You need to start fucking doing the right thing by me before you expect anything back from me.
I didn't have an expectation. I said I wanted my books back, and I
great.
do.
Well, I want my name cleared, and I want all my shit back like you said you were going to give me before, and then then you're wearing my fucking 50th anniversary Stone shirt and your slut pics. It was like taunting me. Is your ex talking shit?
Artistic, and I'm a photographer, and this is my business. If
is your ex talking shit? Let's give him something to talk about while you're wearing my fucking shirt.
You called me a little girl. It was a clapback to you.
Why don't you stop being a fucking 12-year-old doing clapbacks and start acting like a fucking adult who's getting her doctorate?
I have not spoken to you all week, despite the distinguished amount of times that you have called me, text message.
No. I want my money. You owe me money.
The amount that I owe you isn't gonna be as much as a lawyer costs you.
$3,000? I bet Mike Hamilton will appreciate $3,000.
I've actually sent Mike Hamilton screenshots and begged him to get you under control. Begged him. I've sent him 3 emails begging him to get you to stop contacting me.
Everyone knows that you're doing it to me, Allison.
Jeremy, you're the one that calls me.
Allison, I want my money. You're the one that owes me money and has my shit and is clapbacking me and taunting me.
That's not taunting. That's a response to your behavior.
No. You posting that shit on Facebook on a page that I have you blocked on is not fucking... Listen, come on now.
I'm not blocked. On the Jeremy Hunsaker artist page, you posted all about your album that's coming out, about me. You called me a little girl. You called me all kinds of names. I could read it to you.
Allison, I'm going to have the last word, too. Fucking remember that.
I don't really want there to be a last word.
Well, then you better fucking start being my friend, and you better start telling the truth and start telling them the real truth.
Threat though, like why don't you try actually being nice to me?
All right, no, because I'm gonna fucking write whatever song I want to write. That's not a threat. And if that's how I view,
little girl.
Well,
and I also didn't name
then
you by name.
be a woman and pay me what you owe me and tell them the truth that I never fucking did that.
Jeremy, you stepped on me and I screamed at the top of my lungs. Why, Jeremy? Why?
After you'd fucking kicked me and punched me and pushed me and cheated on me and lied to me and were fucking courting dates with other dudes and fucking setting up fucking Eep and Thampy for an ounce of wax and fucking I was under siege.
Beyond not true, but that's what you can tell yourself and tell everybody.
That's what your Facebook saw. That's what I saw you talking to them about, you know. Cheating with the cop, trying to set up a date with the married dude Steven that you used to babysit for, all this shit.
You were looking at old messages and you were on so much Xanax that you were getting mixed up, and you actually admitted that at the time. That's what the fight was about.
Yeah, I don't think that's exactly accurate, Allison. There's more revisionist history from you. If you don't remember what you told the police, you don't remember what happened there either, obviously. But that's okay. It was you who was on so much Xanax that you said that you don't remember setting up the date with Steven.
There was no date with Steven.
Right, because I snuffed that out pretty quick. And I got tired of looking over my shoulder all the time. You know?
Is that what you're trying to do to me?
No. I want it to end. I want my money. I want my shit. And I want you to tell the fucking truth. I want you to tell them, hey.
Then make it stop. Then make it stop.
As soon as I get my money and my shit and they get all this shit off my fucking case net and it all goes away, then it'll stop.
Stop harassing me in the meantime.
I'm not harassing you. I'm not harassing you. Asking you for my money, the judge says I'm allowed to ask you for the money.
Fine. That's harassment. You're calling me repeatedly at work. That's harassment.
I didn't call you repeatedly at work. I called you one day, one time.
No, not at all. 2 days, 8 times total. So please, I'm begging you.
Okay, that's fine. And I don't have a problem with that. I won't ever call you again. Get me my money.
Stop posting about me. Stop posting about me.
Then get me my money and get me my stuff and quit lying about me and tell the truth to the police about what happened. You don't want to do that, do you?
I'm not arguing with you. I'm not saying that I don't want to do that.
You're just saying you're not going to.
Otherwise,
you'd say, okay, I'll do that.
No,
but you don't say that. Why are you thinking about it? What are you thinking? There is no other fucking deal. Either you tell the truth or I'm going scorched earth. What do you want to have happen? Fuck, I'll go straight revenge porn with your ass.
Can you stop?
Well?
Stop threatening me. You just threatened me with revenge porn. Stop.
Well, you won't fucking give me my money. You're threatening my freedom with your bullshit lies. You're threatening everything I fucking own. You're threatening everything I am.
I never disagreed with you about your deal.
What?
The deal that you presented, I did not disagree with.
No, then are you agreeing with it? Are you going to tell the truth?
Jeremy, yes.
Tell it now. What truth are you going to tell?
Let me ask you a question.
No, fucking what truth are you going to tell?
My truth.
No, that ain't going to work. No, what truth are you going to tell, like, for real? Like, are you going to tell the actual truth, or are you going to make some other bullshit up? Actually, it don't matter. You can tell them whatever the fuck you want, Allison. If you lie to him and come up with another story, it just makes you look even fucking worse.
There's no other story. Can you just stop?
So how come you told me that you went into this lawyer to help me, but you were going there because you got caught stealing?
You are the one with the anger issue. Do you realize that? Also, I want my books back.
Well, I want my money, and I want the truth to come out, and I want my books, and I want my fucking... I want everything of mine back.
I've already admitted that I would do all that. I want my books back. Yes or no?
Yes, I don't want any of your stuff. When are you going to tell the truth? Like, you going to do it right now?
I would really like to get back to my son's...
Well, you know, I'm sure you would, but I'd really like to get back to my life, but I have a fucking warrant out, and I can't even go anywhere, and I'm stuck here by my fucking self.
I just want peace. I did not...
Well, that'd be great, wouldn't it? Wouldn't that be awesome? Me too. That's what I want, you know?
Me?
So where's my money? When am I getting paid? When am I getting my stuff? When are you going to tell the truth?
This is about money.
It's about everything. It's about respect. It's about money. It's about your lies. It's about your disrespect of me. How you're fucking trashing me. How I'm fucking, my life is in danger. How I'm gonna lose my fucking funding for school. And Allison, I'm telling you, if that happens, it's a serious fucking issue over here. You understand me? You understand me? This went way too far. I want it to fucking end.
You're the one that consistently contacts me.
I do not consistently contact you. I've got fucking so many missed calls from you. I've got screenshots of like missed call after missed call after missed call. If we took a call log from AT&T, I bet your calls and texts to me are 5 to 1. Bare fucking minimum.
First of all, you would snap me and you would say the words "call me," so that's entrapment.
Oh,
Second,
it's not entrapment.
yes, and they can pull those records. I've actually asked.
I don't care. They can pull all this shit. I don't care. I have nothing to hide by being completely transparent, Allison. What about you?
I have nothing to hide at all. What
Yeah,
do you
right,
even...
except for the felony DUI.
I don't have a felony DUI.
Hit and run. I know you don't. I don't know who you fucked to get that to go away, but goddamn, I wish you'd fuck them and make my shit go away.
Jeremy, I'm not a prostitute, and I don't know who you're with and who's laughing in the background, but this is extremely disrespectful.
That's my dog Lola, and I'm grinding marijuana. There's no one here. I'm home by myself. I mean, you have done that.
Disrespectful.
I mean, you've done it before.
Is everything gone off Facebook?
Yes.
My phone is fucking blowing up.
Well, you know, maybe people should fucking goddamn mind their own business, you know? I don't care.
You should post it out there.
Well, you know what, Allison? You should never fucking lied to the police in the first place.
Jeremy, I have left you alone.
That doesn't matter. That doesn't matter. You owe me money and you lied to the police about me and I fucking goddamn have a warrant out now. And it's not because I wouldn't leave you alone. It's because you hit that fucking car and you were blowing me up trying to coerce me into fucking changing my story.
No, I wasn't. I went back to my ex-husband's house and...
All right, if you're going to lie to me, Allison, if you're going to lie to me and you're going to fuck around like that, then fine. I'll fucking post whatever I want. And you can deal with the consequences of whatever's going to happen.
I don't argue with you.
Then fucking start telling the truth. You went back to your ex-husband's after you hit that fucking car across the street from me, and you know it. So quit fucking acting like you didn't. It's an insult to my intelligence.
I'm not just going to sit here and defend myself all night with you. It's my birthday.
So, are you going to tell the truth?
About what? What do you
About
want?
all of
what
it.
Do you
I want you
right
to
now?
tell the truth. I want you to tell the. I want you to fucking tell the truth. I am not fucking contacting the shit out of you. You are blowing me up.
Bullshit.
Oh, really? Okay, then we will go to court and we'll
I haven't
subpoena the
contacted you
records.
since
That's fine.
December.
Enjoy your fucking son's last birthday
I
in
haven't
freedom.
contacted you since December.
Well, you know what? That's because that's when you sent that fucking email and you got that shit dropped.
Prior to that, yes, we were in contact. Absolutely. You would text me and tell you to call you.
And so you admit that you're the one that sent that email, not me.
What email?
The one to the prosecutor that you sent. That got the fucking felony hit and run dropped.
I didn't fucking write that.
Did you send it to the fucking prosecutor?
I sent it to my lawyer.
Send it to your lawyer without my knowledge, right? When I told you not to.
No, I have verbal permission. I've written permission.
You wrote your permission from me then, because I never fucking gave it to you.
Jeremy,
I told you Dude, no.
Do I have your permission? Does this look good? Yes. Stop contacting me. Yes, this is fine. Yeah, you wrote, yeah. This is all from you.
Well, guess what? You fucked up. Because if you're going to fucking go that route with it, I've got to save my own ass.
It's the truth.
No, I'm going to save my own ass, Allison. Sorry.
It's the truth, Jeremy.
What's the truth?
That email.
That I never abused you?
That email came directly from you. You're
is it true that I never abused you?
You're changing the subject.
No, I don't care about that fucking shit. Whether you fucking hang on that fucking hit and run, I could give a shit. Did I ever abuse you?
I'm not answering that.
Okay then. Well, that's all I need to know. Good luck.
I'm not doing this.
Yeah, good luck. It's all going back up, and I'm going to post whatever I want. I'm going to do what I want, and I'm going to let the chips fall where they may then. Good luck.
Just stop.
Then send me my money and tell the truth.
So this is all about money.
It's about the truth. I need the money to pay an attorney because of your lies.
So just stop.
No, quit lying.
I'm just trying to de-escalate you.
Then the best way to do that would be to, like, not trigger me by lying and being like, I didn't hit your neighbor's car. I don't know what you're talking. I went back to Hayden's. You piss me off when you lie. Triggers me.
Jeremy, I have to go.
Yeah, I do too. I've got some shit to post and I got some letters to write because I'm fucking gonna let everybody know everything. No,
Please.
Good luck.
Stop.
No, what are you gonna do then? What is our solution going forward?
I've already agreed with you about
No, but you've got to tell the truth right now. And you're not doing it. You say you agree, but you're not actually doing it.
I've already told you that I would. I said that I would tell the truth, but I'm not getting into this right now.
No, I want you to tell the truth right now. I want you to tell the truth.
Court date. Obviously, there's going to be a court date.
Obviously, there's going to be one, and if we get to the court date, well, we're already going to be fucking having our lines drawn at that point, Alan.
Jeremy.
My I's will be dotted and my T's will be crossed. I'm very focused. I'm not leaving anything to fucking chance.
Jeremy, I just want us to be good.
Well, we're not.
There's nothing I can do to convince you of that at 11.
You can tell people that I didn't abuse you. You can tell the prosecutor that what you said was a lie. I can prove it. If we go to court and I have to prove it by the fact that the police were there on the 21st and that you cussed at him and told him to get the fuck out and then called him back on the 23rd and was like, yeah, he abused me on the 21st, I'm going to bring it all up. I'm going to call Taryn. I'm going to subpoena her. I'm going to prove that you're a fucking liar. Oh, and the fact that you got caught stealing, icing on the cake because you're a thief too. All right. Well, in essence, that was part 3, really. So this is parts 2 and 3. You know, part 4 is going to be kind of the summation of bringing everything up to this point. And then we're going to move on with some other stories from some other men. 3 other men that I can think of in particular to my vicinity that have had this happen to. Which is when I realized, holy shit, I'm not special. This is standard operating procedure. And this has happened to other men right here in my friend circle. Hell, she's done it to other men in our friend circle. I'm not the first one. That's why I find it so fucking unfathomable that these stupid fucking floozies going around canceling me, talking about how, oh my God, he's so terrible, he's an abuser. Did you hear what she said? If you believe a fucking word she says, then you're an idiot. Boom, point blank. She's a thief. She's a liar. You can look at that on CaseNet. Yep, she is a thief. She does lie. She has had ex partes taken out on her. She's had many that she's taken out on other people. This is kind of a way of life for this person. And not only was she the special needs teacher at Cedar Ridge Elementary, but then she got hired in Peculiar by lying and pretending to be Taryn Brindley, the vice principal there. I outed her for that. She got fired. What's she do? She goes and gets hired as the director of education somewhere else. And she's getting her doctorate. Why? She's not going to stop. She's going to keep doing this. Not my problem anymore. I know what she looks like and smells like. It's like sulfur mixed with a milkshake that brings flies to the yard. It ain't good. Alright, so I'm just saying, it ain't my place to warn people. But this is the system that we have in place. That's how these people get out. That's how predators exist. Why? Because they're protected. They're protected by other predators. And by the other predators, I mean the justice system. So there's a whole lot of predatory shit going on, and it starts at the fucking top, y'all. So I'm gonna sign off with that. You think about that.
Yeah, we're coming back in with another bomb track. Then you know it's all of that. Hey, yo, so check this out. Yeah. I told you that is your enemy. Now something must be done about thinking so bad can I done. So whip the mic, whip the stage, whip the system. I was born to race against them. Now action must be taken. We don't need the key, we'll break it. I got no patience. I got no patience. All of which are American dreams! All of which are American dreams! All of which are American dreams!